Je dois appeler. It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
And welcome in, everyone, to tonight's broadcast of high school football here on the Q92 Sports Network. Christian Bigglesworth here with you, where tonight we are at Marlington High School for an EBC battle for two teams looking for their first conference victory of the season as the Marlington Dukes get ready to host the Minerva Lions. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend here, where tonight two teams, like I said, looking for their first win in conference, the 4-3 Minerva Lions and the 3-4 Marlington Dukes. Hope you guys are ready for a good night of football here. We appreciate you having us on the Q92 Sports Network at Q92radiosports.com, or you could be listening to us on the Q92 YouTube channel, Q92 Radio on YouTube. So we are here with you. We're excited. We got a lot to get to today. Of course, this is not the only game here tonight. We are part of the Q92 Sports Network. That means every Friday night there's a Score 7, and that means we have 6 other football games that you can listen to live and for free simply by going to Q92radiosports.com, or like I said, the Q92 YouTube channel. Either one will get you there. We're going to send you previews of all 6 of those games, let you hear about them here in the pregame show. We're going to head over to the Coach's Corner as Derek, my partner, who will be here later on in the pregame show, had a chance to speak with Coach Cardinal and Coach Slates. You'll hear those interviews, and we'll get you all set here for tonight's game. Looking forward to it. Glad we are here. Your game tonight is Marlington and Minerva. We're going to take our first time out. We come back. We're going to get into those game previews and let you hear about the other 6 games we're broadcasting for you here tonight. It's high school football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all: residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise: if we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to the pregame show here tonight for your game between Marlington and Minerva. But again, like always, we are part of the Q92 Sports Network, and that means we have 6 other games for you tonight. It's time to let you hear some previews of those 6 games. We're going to start off in the Pac-7 tonight, where the Tuslaw Mustangs are on the road to take on the Northwest Indians. Let's get a preview right now of Tuslaw and Northwest.
Live from Canal Fulton at Northwest High School, Week 8 kicks off the OHSAA football season. Tonight we have a Pac-7 matchup of Tuslaw Mustangs against the Northwest Indians. Tuslaw Mustangs come into Week 8 sitting at 3-4 on the season and 0-3 in the Pac-7. The Mustangs snapped a 3-game losing streak last week by taking down undefeated Toronto 33-12. Tuslaw's offensive production this season has come from QB Ethan Howler has 504 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 470 rushing yards, and 7 rushing touchdowns. Running back Nathan Eberhardt has 490 rushing yards, and wide receiver Parker Reinhardt has 18 receptions, 194 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Northwest Indians are 4-2 overall and 3-0 in the Pac-7, and coming off a Week 7 victory over Orville 28-14 at home. QB Brandon Venables had 102 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 INT. Really sparking the offense for Northwest last week was a 3 running back tandem led by Joey Medore, who had 114 yards and 1 touchdown. Kellen Renford had 85 yards and 1 touchdown, and Jacob Garber had 45 yards. Logan Allman led the team in receiving with 102 yards on 6 catches and a touchdown. But the big play that sparked Northwest was a pick 6 by Devin Simon, returned 70 yards to get Northwest rolling and on the board. The Pac-7 matchup is set to kick off. Myself, Mike Dixon, and Ryan Rowland will bring you all the action tonight from Northwest Ohio. For Q92 Sports Network, presented by Charchon Chevrolet.
All right, thank you, Mike, for that preview. Next, we are going to go to the Federal League, where tonight Perry and Hoover are going at it, and 2 teams fighting for playoff positions right now. Hoover in a good spot right now. Perry trying to get back and stay in the hunt. Let's get a preview of that game of Perry and Hoover.
2 Federal League foes will battle it out here in Week 8 of the high school football season. The Hoover Vikings are coming off their first loss in 2025 at the hands of the McKinley Bulldogs, 21-20 last week, and come into this one tied for second with Lake and Jackson in the Fed. It was a tight game for 4 quarters, but a missed extra point proved to be the difference. The injury bug has gotten to Hoover as the Vikes Swiss Army knife and Jack Andes left the first half of the game due to a concussion, and quarterback John Collins re-aggravated that ankle that forced him out of the Louisville matchup in Week 5. Depending on those 2 status, Hoover will rely heavily on junior running back Michael Lamelin, who had 11 carries for 53 yards and 4 catches for 45 yards last week. They'll look to stay at the top of the league standings as they'll take on the Perry Panthers, who are tied for 5th with Green in the league at 1-2, but come in 4-3 overall. Perry's coming off a 14-7 non-league home loss to the Austintown Fitch Falcons. The lone score for the Panthers came from a 50-yard pick 6 from Jonathan Lemon. Coaches preach it in every locker room, but if Perry wants to steal one on the road and keep any hope of a Federal League title alive, they must protect the football. Hoover forced 2 turnovers in the last 3 minutes against McKinley, and with Perry converting just 8 first downs and being outgained by 70 yards on offense last Friday, Spencer Leno's crew will look to turn it up when they have the ball. Both teams will leave it all on the gridiron tonight, and we hope you can join Robert Coleman and I for a fun one. From Memorial Stadium in North Canton, Matt Corrali, the Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Matt Corrali, for that preview of Perry and Hoover. Next up, we're going to head over to Green High School, where the Bulldogs got their first Federal League win of the season last week against Glen Oak. They're going to look to continue their winning ways against a tough opponent in Louisville tonight. Let's get you a preview of Louisville and Green.
Good evening, everyone. We are on to Week 8 of this Ohio high school football season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarchon Auto Group. I'm Jay Wilhelm, live inside Memorial Stadium in Green, as the Green Bulldogs welcome in the Louisville Leopards in this big-time matchup. Louisville is coming into tonight's game with a 5-2 record. They have lost 2 of their last 3 ball games, but both of those losses have come to very, very good football teams in the North Canton Hoover Vikings in Week 5 and the undefeated Canfield Cardinals last week in front of their home crowd. The Leopards will look to get back into the win column here tonight against a very talented Green team. The Green Bulldogs sit at 2-5, 1-3 in conference play. But let me tell you, folks, this team is a lot better than their record shows. 4 of those 5 losses were by 7 points or less. Last week was their breakout game when they dominated Federal League foe, the Glen Oak Golden Eagles, by a final score of 51-20. They will look to put together back-to-back wins for the first time this season in front of their home crowd. Join myself and my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, on Q92radiosports.com as kickoff is currently scheduled for 7 p.m. Live from Memorial Stadium in Greene, I'm Jay Wilhelm with the Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Jay, for that preview of tonight's game between Louisville and Greene. Going to take another timeout. Come back. We've got 3 more game previews to let you hear from the Score 7 for tonight. Here on the Q92 Sports Network, you are listening to the pregame show. Your game tonight is Minerva and Marlington, right here on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Do you need a tree removed, trimmed, or a stump ground into oblivion? Call Bowman's Tree Service, your friendly family-owned tree experts serving Carroll and Stark counties. They don't just chop and trim, they also deliver all-natural mulch, compost, and seasoned firewood to keep your garden blooming and your fires roaring. Whether you're tackling that troublesome tree or prepping for cozy nights by the fire, they've got you covered. Quality work, no hassles. Call them 330-704-3399 and let's make your trees and worries disappear. For over 20 years, Pierce Motors has been your trusted, locally owned and operated auto repair shop, delivering ASE certified bumper-to-bumper service you can count on. From oil changes to engine repairs and diagnostics, we do it all with quality work at a fair price. Visit us at 170 East Main Street, Limaville, or call 330-821-7744 today and see why so many in the community rely on Pierce Motors.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, welcome back here to the pregame show. We're still in the middle of our previews for the other 6 games you can listen to here on the Q92 Sports Network here tonight, as the captains right now are at midfield for the coin toss. Let's go to our next game. We have a big EBC game tonight. Could decide the conference. Alliance and West Branch, 2 6-1 teams going at it. Let's get a preview of that with Sam Berkwin.
Well, one of the most highly anticipated games in the high school football scene tonight. Coming up from Clinton Heacock Stadium in Beloit tonight, the host West Branch Warriors will welcome in the Alliance Aviators. Kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight, coming up on AM 1310 WDPN. Myself, Sam Berkwin, and Caleb Norick with the call. Both teams passed their test a week ago. Alliance got by a scrappy Carrollton team, while West Branch took care of Marlington. The Aviators come in with a record of 6-1, 2-0 in the ABC. Likewise, West Branch 6-1, perfect in the Eastern Buckeye at 2-0. The scoreboard operator might go crazy tonight. There could be that many points on the board between these two high-powered, explosive offensive teams. Let's look at Alliance. Look no further than J.R. Jackson. 1,757 yards in the air. 16 touchdowns. He's run for almost 500 yards on the season. Meanwhile, Jeremiah Thomas, very, very good player. 43 catches this year, almost 700 yards, and it's the quarterback, Grady Hurst, getting the job done. Over 1,600 yards and 18 touchdowns, and oh, by the way, only one interception. The points are going to be flying. There is talent all over the field. Tremendous coaching. It's going to be a packed house. The weather is great. You couldn't ask for much more in Week 8 of the high school football season. Don't miss a play. 6-1 Alliance, 6-1 West Branch coming up tonight. Kickoff at 7 on AM 1310 WDPN. I'm Sam Berkman.
Thank you, Sam, for that preview. Next, we're going to go to another Federal League matchup tonight where the suddenly hot Jackson Polar Bears are on the road to take on Glen Oak. Let's get a preview of that game between the Polar Bears and the Eagles.
It's Week 8 of high school football on the Q92 Sports Network as we inch closer and closer to postseason play. Tonight, we are at Bob Cummings Field in Plain Township for a Federal League matchup between the 4-2, 2-1 Jackson Polar Bears and the 1-6, 0-4 in the Federal League Glen Oak Golden Eagles. For the Jackson Polar Bears, coming off of a thrilling 40-37 win against undefeated Lake, the season seems to have turned a corner. Jackson is now 4-3, winning 3 of their last 4 games and currently sitting 6th in the Division I, Region I computer rankings. Senior quarterback Lucas Eckerman is questionable for tonight's matchup, having suffered a concussion and missing last week. But the offense hasn't missed the step, with junior quarterback Carter Mulliman stepping in last week, throwing for over 300 yards. Senior running back Corey Jacobs has been a tear, rushing for over 100 yards in each of his last 5 games. And last week with 198 total yards from scrimmage and 3 touchdowns. It's been a tough season so far for the Glen Oak Golden Eagles, sitting at 1-6 and 16th in Division I, Region I computer rankings. However, a win over Jackson could propel them into that last playoff spot in Division I, Region I. Glen Oak has their own offensive weapon in senior Javion McClendon, who exploded for 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns last week. Jackson has won 8 of the last 9 meetings with Glen Oak and lead the all-time series 29-20-1, and the Golden Eagles have lost 10 straight league games and are 2-15 overall in the last 2 seasons. Join me, Ryan Keller, and my broadcast partner, Antonio Hall. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock on Q92Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel. From Bob Cummings Field, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
Thank you, Ryan, for that preview. And finally, it takes us to our Q92 Sarshone Auto Group game of the week, where we have another big matchup between 6-1 teams as the Lake Blue Streaks are at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium to take on the McKinley Bulldogs. Let's get a preview of that game as well.
Lake visits McKinley in a battle for the lead in the Federal League. The Blue Streaks suffered their first loss 40-37 to Jackson in a game which saw them give up 303 yards passing to junior quarterback Carter Mulliman and 151 yards rushing to running back Corey Jacobs. Lake quarterback Alex Quire threw for 2 scores and 270 yards. Chase Fuller caught 5 balls for 114 and both touchdowns. He also ran for a score. Davis Matson ran for 2 touchdowns. Quire has thrown for 1,254 yards and 12 scores, while Matson has run for 565 and 6 TDs. McKinley moved to 6-1 as they sweated out a 21-20 win over Hoover, in which the Vikings missed what would have been the tying extra point. The Bulldogs turned over the ball twice in the last 2 minutes, but held Hoover on downs the second time to secure the victory. The Federal League's leading rusher is sophomore Kylan West with his 844 yards and 7 touchdowns. He averages 6.5 yards a carry. He had 114 yards and a touchdown last week. Quarterback Trent Hayden threw for 149 yards and a score. Darius Hill ran back a punt, 67 yards for a touchdown. McKinley can clinch at least a share of their 4th straight Federal League title with a win. Lake, Hoover, and Jackson are all a game behind. The Bulldogs have beaten the Blue Streaks 10 straight times and lead the all-time series 17-4. Lots on the line at Tom Benson Stadium as McKinley hosts Lake. I'm Clint Scroggs for the Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Clint. And there you have it. There's a preview of our Score 7. All 7 of these games you can listen to tonight and listen to for free at Q92Radiosports.com. And, of course, on the Q92 YouTube page. Going to take another timeout. We come back. Time to head to the Coach's Corner. My partner, Derek Dimon, had a chance to speak with both head coaches during pregame warm-ups. We'll let you hear those conversations when we come back of the pregame show here, Minerva and Marlington, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
RG Dreg, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Dreg students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Dreg to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Dreg, where careers begin.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders, with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN. It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, and welcome back as the Marlington Band and some alumni band members are entertaining the crowd here as we are about 10 minutes away from kickoff here between Marlington and Minerva here in the EBC. Now it's over to the coaches' corner. Derek Dimmitt had a chance to speak with both head coaches tonight. First, here is his conversation with Coach Slates.
Coach Slate's coming in here week 8 here at Marlington. What's something that you saw on tape as you were preparing for Marlington that they do well?
No, I mean, they got good athletes all over the place. They throw the ball well. They got a freshman quarterback, and he's doing a great job managing their offense. I mean, like I said, he throws the ball well. They got good athletes.
And you mentioned the freshman quarterback, you yourself starting a freshman quarterback. Can you talk about the growth from week 1 heading into week 8 here?
Yeah, I mean, Ken has done a really good job of managing the games and getting better at holding on the ball, taking the snaps, doing all those things right that he needs to do. We're trying to get him into a little rhythm throwing the ball as well. Completed a couple balls last week, so we're excited for him, and he's doing a great job for us.
And then both teams looking for their first conference victory tonight. What's something that you are kind of focusing on to make sure that that's Minerva getting the victory?
Yeah, I mean, like always for us, we got to be able to run the ball well and control the clock on offense and keep their offense off the field.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
And that was the national anthem being performed by the Marlington Band along with alumni members of the band. So we continue with the coaches' corner now. Derek also had a chance to speak with Coach Cardinal of the Marlington Dukes. Let's get our conversation now with Coach Cardinal.
This is head coach Joe Cardinal from the Marlington Dukes.
Coach, coming in here week 8, welcoming Minerva into town. Both of you had a rough start here to the EBC so far after some success early on. What's something that you saw in tape that Minerva does well?
Really, really well coached. I mean, really, really well coached. Coach Slates does a great job, especially his offense running that wing T, and then defensively, very, very sound. The kids are where they're supposed to be every single time.
And then both teams starting freshman quarterbacks. Can you talk about Tyler's growth from week 1 coming into week 8 here?
Yeah, he's gotten better every week. We kind of opened up the offense little by little each week, a little bit more for him. Tremendous kid and really coachable, and then he just loves the game of football.
And then the home opportunities dwindling for your seniors. How important is it for them to make those memories with victories here towards the end?
I mean, we're 1 week at a time. So, I mean, we're going to worry about tonight, and then that's all we're going to worry about. So, the only thing we're focused on right now is Minerva and playing Minerva tonight.
All right, and that was our conversation with Coach Cardinal of the Marlington Dukes. As we welcome in now our partner Derek Dimmitt here, as we are about a little less than 6 minutes away from kickoff here tonight between Minerva and Marlington. A lot of interesting stories here, Derek, for this game tonight. Obviously, 2 teams looking for their first conference victory of the year. 2 teams that decided before the season to roll with freshman quarterbacks, and 2 teams that have seen success at times and some challenges at times. Kind of obviously a little different offensive schemes, but as far as the way the seasons have gone and the road they've decided to go with some younger players, kind of mirrors a little bit of each other.
Yeah, they both have, like you mentioned, some similarities with playing a lot of younger players. And with that comes growing pains, and both teams have gone out and had to play West Branch, so that accounts for one of those losses, as West Branch continues to have a stranglehold on the conference. But, a great opportunity for both teams tonight to come in, kind of refresh and, hit the ground running and try to get win number 1 for conference play.
Absolutely. When you look at the Marlington Dukes, 3-4 on the seasons, wins over Warrensville Heights, over Howland, who'll be a future EBC opponent every year, and Warren JFK. Losses to Northwest, 4-2. Losses to Louisville is 5-2. Losses to West Branch, 6-1, and Carrollton, 3-4. So look at that. They've played some. Their losses have been to teams that all right now are either in the playoffs or very much in the playoff hunt. They've played a tough schedule.
Yeah, they have quite a few of those on the road. So they've been road tested. We called that Howland game, and that was a close game for a lot of it before they pulled away in the second half. So definitely a good team, and Coach Cardinal has the guys ready to play tonight.
Yeah, as far as Minerva goes, at one point on a 4-game winning streak, and they're out of conference schedule with consecutive wins over Crestwood, Springfield, Sandy Valley, and St. Thomas Aquinas. But again, as the EBC began losing to West Branch and then losing to Salem last week, a 4-3 Salem team, but a dangerous 4-3 Salem team as well. So, like I said, both teams looking for that first conference win, and both teams with the freshman quarterback. Now, you and I we've seen both these freshman quarterbacks, and you're right, bumps in the road, but we've also seen glimpses of really good play by both freshman quarterbacks, and to be honest, neither one has ever looked not up to the moment, if that makes any sense. They've looked ready to play. They've gotten better as the season's gone on, but they haven't embarrassed themselves by any way this season at taking over the offenses for these teams as freshmen.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a testament to both coaching staffs as well, to not just put them in position to succeed, but give them the tools and the training to do so. So, yeah, really excited to see tonight. You mentioned both have kind of gone through the ringer with some of these losses being to teams that are bound for the playoffs as we look here at the start of week 8. But Marlington has some injuries, so it will be interesting to see how they navigate those. But, yeah, really looking forward to tonight's matchup.
Yeah, I'm very interesting to see how Tyler Walder, the freshman quarterback for Marlington, responds tonight, as now he's without his number 1 receiver and the best player offensively on this team, Cameron Evanich, who is having an absolutely amazing season, not only as a receiver, but running the Wildcat in goal line situations when they're in the red zone. So he's going to have to lean on some other receivers to step up here. Marlington wants to be a little balanced. We know Minerva Derek, they want to run, they want to run, and they want to run.
Right, yeah.
They will throw.
Yes.
But they want to run.
Yeah, Coach Slates does throw in that pass here and there. Just keep the defense honest and not, stacking the box too much. But yeah, real quick, looking at Cam Evanench's stats through 7 weeks, 30 receptions, 571 yards, 5 touchdowns through the air, 17 rushes, 111 yards. Like you said, most of those come out of the Wildcat, 6 touchdowns on the ground, and then defense, each one of their better defenders as well. So definitely a big piece of the puzzle missing for the Dukes here tonight.
And again, last year in 2025, this Dukes team was absolutely decimated by injuries. Not as many this year, but definitely it's more the quality you lose in one year, not quantity in this situation, is losing your best player. And that's going to, not to go down this road right now, but this is going to have effect on Marlington's basketball season, as he is absolutely one of their best basketball players as well.
Yeah, just a three or four sport athlete star, and definitely one that they're going to miss, but you'll go with the hand that you're dealt, and that's kind of the vibe that I got from Coach Cardinal during the coach's corner.
All right, well, we are getting set here tonight. Again, battle of the freshman quarterbacks. It's going to be an interesting one here between Minerva and Marlington. Cannon Kirkpatrick will be running the show for Marlington, and like I said, Tyler Walder will be running the show for Marlington. So what's good for both these head coaches is they know they're going to have the same quarterback the next 3 years.
Yeah, that's, you'll take your growing pains when you know that they're going to be here for years to come, and you're kind of molding them. And, as we get ready for kickoff here, that's similar to what West Branch and Alliance had with J.R. Jackson and Jeremiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Start them young and watch them grow, and now they're seniors, and you're seeing what that's led to.
All right, Minerva will have the ball first. They will be receiving it. We'll be going from left to right. They're in their all whites, the white jerseys, white pants with the silver helmets with the lion on them. Marlington in their all blacks with the white numbers. Going to be very easy to tell these two teams apart tonight. We appreciate that up here in the booth. So 12 minutes on the clock. Week 8's about to kick off. Minerva and Marlington settle back. We're glad you're with us. Thanks for having us on. And we are underway at Marlington High School. The kick's going to be taken at the 12-yard line by Minerva, up over the 20, 25, breaks a tackle, 35, 40, up to the 45 before he's tackled. That's Owen Schick, and you'll hear his name a lot tonight as a good return to set up good field position for the Minerva offense.
Yeah, they don't go to the air much, but when they do, Owen Schick is definitely one of their key targets through the air. A late flag came in here, so we'll get the call from the field.
I'm going to say holding. That's my first guess of the night.
Yeah, definitely in that area of holding. So we'll await the call and wait for them to mark that off so we see where the first drive will start.
So they're going to walk it off. So instead of the 45, they'll walk it back to probably the 35-yard line, and that is where Minerva will start. But still good field position for Cannon Kirkpatrick and this offense. Nathaniel Linkus. He is one of the running backs names you're going to hear a lot in this ballgame, but you're going to hear a few. Here we go, 1st and 10. We are getting ready here. Our first possession of the night for either team. Kirkpatrick sends Linkus in motion to the left. Turn. They're going to hand it off to their running back. That is number 12, Timothy Kirkpatrick. They have quite a few Kirkpatricks on this roster, folks. We learned that in the last time we covered a game. He's a sophomore, so he's still got 2 more years here as he takes it for a couple yards. 2nd down and about 5 to go here as we are underway in the first quarter. Thanks for having us on. It is Minerva and Marlington here on the Q92 Sports Network on YouTube and on Q92radiosports.com. And what is a gorgeous fall night here in Stark County. Here we go. 2nd down and 5 from their own 40-yard line. Kirkpatrick under center. Sends a tight end in motion. They're going to turn. They're going to hand it off to Kirkpatrick. Again, he'll take it up this time to the 42-yard line as Timothy Kirkpatrick has his 2nd carry of the ball game. They're all related, too.
Yes.
Either by brothers or cousins. All the Kirkpatricks belong together, and you're going to hear Kirkpatricks for the next few years.
Yeah.
We have 2 freshmen, a sophomore, so get used to that name in the Minerva area.
Yeah, and we're going to hear them a lot tonight. If going back a few weeks when we called their game at St. Thomas, we called their name quite often. So
even Kirkpatrick's even the kicker. 3rd down and 3 from their own 42-yard line in shotgun now. is Kirkpatrick. Linkus in motion. They're going to give it to Kirkpatrick again and try a counter. That's enough for the first down. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Tackled down around the 20. Let's see where they mark him down. They're going to mark him down at around the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. What a counter and what a run by Timothy Kirkpatrick on that kind of jet sweep counter action. That's the thing with his offense here. They do all this motion, Derek, but, and it looks like a jet sweep. Then before you know it, it's a counter up the middle or between that guard and tackle gaps. They kind of attack you at any hole at any time.
Yeah, they'll come at you from all the different angles. Coach Slates likes to pre-snap motion and fake the jet sweep, go with the jet sweep, RPOs. Yeah, he'll throw a lot at you, so you can't just hone in on a traditional run.
Yeah, you've got to pay a lot of attention if you're one of the linebackers here. 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line. Minerva on the move. They hand it off to Kirkpatrick again. Takes it down to the 20-yard line as this drive has been all about Timothy Kirkpatrick, the sophomore running back and linebacker, and that should put them just shy of the R.G. Drake red zone. Not quite yet.
Definitely knocking on the door, though.
But definitely the kind of drive Coach Slates and Minerva wants to start this game.
Yeah, had the penalty on the kick return, but it's been full steam ahead thus far on the offensive drive.
All right, Minerva breaks the huddle. They're going to come out one receiver to the left, another to the right, tight end to the right side. Kirkpatrick in shotgun. Kirkpatrick next to him. That is definitely an illegal motion. So that is a run that's going to come back by Lane Hawk. Another flag comes in. He's in the end zone, but I can promise you that's not a touchdown, as you are not allowed to have two men in motion at the same time.
Do you see it was a fumble, and it looks like Marlington did recover in the end zone.
So if they did, and that penalty is on Minerva, which I think it is, that could be Marlington's ball with a touchback. As the officials are talking it over. Now Minerva's sidelines getting excited. You're right, Derek. That was a fumble, so regardless of the illegal motion, which was one of the most illegal motions I've ever seen, fumbling towards the end zone, Minerva picks it up in the end zone. How about that? Our first turnover in what looked like a really promising drive for Minerva.
Yeah, Marlington's going to take over here at their own 20, but Minerva was marching right down the field, and it looked like they were going in. It was going to come back from the penalty, but the play stands and results in the fumble, and we'll get to see Tyler Walter and the Duke offense for the first time tonight.
Now Walter's going to come out here. He's going to have receivers like Lucas Williamson, number 17. The sophomore is going to get more playing time here. Other receivers like Cole Jones. Is he going to come out in shotgun? Walter on 1st and 10. Takes the snap. Will throw it out to the flats. Got it to his receiver. Caught at the 30. Up near the 35. Over the 35. Up to around the 36-yard line. That is Cole Jones, whose name I just said. He is someone who's going to have to step it up a little bit as he, in some ways, will move in kind of to that number one receiver role for Marlington.
Yeah, coming in, he was 3rd on the team with 16 receptions, 235 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But, yeah, with Cam Evanich and Malcolm Salyers both out tonight, a lot's going to fall on the shoulders of Cole Jones.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 on 37-yard line. Freshman quarterback Tyler Walter in shotgun, moves the receiver from right to left. They're going to turn, hand the ball off this time. Running back takes it up over the 40 to the 41-yard line. That is Blaze Horn, sophomore running back. Again, like we said, you're going to hear the word sophomore and freshman a lot from both these rosters tonight as two young teams and a lot of young players in freshmen and sophomores getting varsity time that you know is only going to help them in the next couple seasons here. So 2nd down and 5 as we have our first score. Hoover's up 7-0 over Perry in that game. 8:08 clock running here in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Marlington's first possession. Walter going to roll out to his right, looks, throws towards the sideline. That is caught by his receiver up near midfield. That is going to be caught by, is that number 16?
Mm-hmm.
Austin Ring. Austin Ring listed on the roster as a quarterback and safety, but playing some whiteout. Again, some guys having to switch some positions a little bit as this season goes on. That's going to take the ball up to the 49-yard line. So close to midfield here on this first drive, and Marlington's moving it, much like Minerva was on their first drive.
Yeah, 3 plays, all 3 for positive yardage, 2 first downs. A great start for the Marlington Duke offense.
Twins left, receiver to the right. Walter in shotgun. Has his running back with him. Takes the snap. It's an old school option. They're going to toss it to Horn. Flag on the play. As of right now, Horn takes it into Minerva territory, but that flag was thrown from the back judge behind the offense. So you got to imagine that is going to be on the offense and probably holding.
Yeah, and not what you want to see if you're Coach Cardinal and the Duke's coaching staff. You're making positive progress down the field, and a penalty is going to put you behind the sticks here.
So holding is, in fact, the call. We're going to back up the Dukes. That will take the ball and put it back on the 39-yard line. Back them up. There's 7:27 left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is our score in the CBC matchup tonight between Minerva and Marlington. So first down and 20 now for Walder and this offense. Walder's going to come out in shotgun. Receiver to the right. Twins to the left. Blaze Horn with him in shotgun, the running back. Walder looks over the defense. Takes the snap. It's going to be a quick wide receiver screen. It's going to go through the hands of Lucas Williamson, the sophomore wide receiver. So Austin Ring and Lucas Williamson, two sophomores, are going to see a lot more time, not just tonight, but probably the rest of the season.
Yeah, going to step up into these roles that are created as a result of the injury, but great opportunity for them to get the experience at the varsity level. We've mentioned that Tyler Walder, being a freshman, he's going to be starting for the years to come. Great chance to build some of that chemistry early on in their careers.
Second down and 20 from their own 39-yard line. Walder in shotgun. He's got twins right now. Sends receiver in motion. They're going to go with a jet sweep around the left end. 45, 50, out of bounds around the 48-yard line. And that was one of the sophomores, Lucas Williamson, who takes it on a really nice, well-run and well-blocked jet sweep into Minerva territory. So that'll set up
about a third and
about 7, yeah, for Marlington. 6:58 left to go in the first quarter. We are scoreless on the Q92 Sports Network.
Yeah, we talked about Coach Slate's using a lot of motion on the jet sweeps and arounds there. Marlington gains 13 yards on a similar play.
Third down and 7. Walder in shotgun, back to pass. Blitz coming by Minerva, picked up and then finds his open receiver inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Austin Ring, the other sophomore receiver, with the catch. And great job there by Blaze Horn, the running back. Derek, he saw the blitzing linebacker coming free, stepped up and made that block and picked up that blitz. If he didn't do that, that pass might not have happened.
Yeah, absolutely, and good job on picking up that blitz, and then Tyler Walder, not letting the pressure affect him, stepped into the pass, made a good on-point throw. First down, Dukes.
All right, the Dukes on the move now. First and 10 on the Minerva 33-yard line. 6:13 clock running, 0-0. They come out in shotgun again. Twins left, receiver to the right. Walder looks over the defense. Back to pass again. Now he's going to roll it to his left. Pressure coming. Tries to throw it out to Blaze Horn in the flat. A little too much on it. That'll fall incomplete.
Number 16 is Austin Ring. You guys missed his name twice, just so you know. You said number 9, but it was 16.
Well, we're live on the air, and let me see. We are being talked to by a mother right now. That was fun.
Yeah.
We said ring wrong?
No, I think.
Did we? I didn't think we did.
We're not the only ones broadcasting.
Oh, man.
So.
Oh, she thinks we're the PA announcer.
Yeah.
Ah, that's what that was. You could have told her. That's good radio. Walder in shotgun. I'm like, we've said his name both times.
Yeah.
This is the second time we've been threatened by a parent this year. All right. Blaze Horn takes the handoff. He's going to take it to the right side. He's going to take it up. And that is going to go for back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. I remember talking about that on the morning show. It's live radio, folks. A parent hears their name not pronounced right. You wonder why I get upset when we don't have a kid's name on the roster. Because this is what happens. You guys leave us out there to die. All right, here we go. Third down and 10 on the 33-yard line. Trips left, receiver to the right. Walder in shotgun. He's back to pass. Rolls out to his left. Throws it. He's got a receiver. He can get it to him. Oh, incomplete. As Cole Jones got behind the defenders, but Walder couldn't quite get the ball to him.
Yeah, the pass was a little short. Few fans wanted pass interference there as the defender did not turn around, but unfortunately the pass wasn't quite didn't quite get to the receiver to draw the flag. Brings up 4th down and 10. Looks like the offense staying out there for Marlington.
Joe Cardinal, Coach Cardinal, 4th and 10, the 33-yard line of Minerva, decides he's going to go for it here on 4th and 10. Here we go. Walter in shotgun. He's got 4 wides, 2 to each side. Walter back to pass, has a pocket, looking. Now he's going to try to run for it. Flag comes flying in. He is tackled hard. And he'll take it down to the 28-yard line, 27-yard line. We'll wait and see where the flag came. That came from the defensive, the judge behind the defense, the back judge. We'll have to see what they're going to call here. This could be interesting. If that Minerva's defensive lineman's body language any indication.
Yeah, it kind of came in an area where it could be pass interference, but referees taking a moment to discuss, and they'll pick up the flag.
They're going to pick the flag up, so no flag. So that means the Minerva defense did hold, and Marlington turns it over on downs and give the ball back to the Marlington Dukes with 5:03 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, picked up 5 there when needing 10, so good drive overall, though, for Marlington. Just didn't result in points, and we'll turn it over to the Minerva Lions.
So back out here comes Minerva.
First and 10 for the Lions. The ball at the Minerva 27-yard line.
Here we go. Kirkpatrick back out there. He's going to turn. Hand it off to Kirkpatrick, who's got it over the 35, up over the 40. A flag comes in again. These back judges are really, they're not here for any foolishness.
Yeah, must get paid by the flag.
I'm telling you. Hey, Derek, remember when that lady yelled at us? It was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Now they're holding on the offense, so another big gain.
Holding on the offense, so back them up. As we have had a lot of penalties here in this first quarter of this ball game. I can't shake that yet. I'm still laughing about that, and I need to move on. 4:55 left to go in the first quarter. First down for Minerva here on the 27-yard line. Send a receiver in motion. Now they're going to turn. Hand it off to Kirkpatrick again. He's going to get the corner. 35, 40, up near the 45. Still on his feet near midfield and into Marlington territory. He's going to get all the way down to the 48-yard line, as it has been the Tim Kirkpatrick show in this first quarter, as I believe he's had almost every carry.
Yeah, he's had every carry thus far. He's had carries of 35, that one of 29 to put him into Marlington territory here. Yeah, we haven't seen a pass yet from Minerva or any of their other running backs of their stable.
Cannon Kirkpatrick, the freshman quarterback, under center again, sends a tight end in motion. They're going to give it to Kirkpatrick again. This time he'll fall forward. He'll fall down to around the 46-yard line. Another handoff to Timothy Kirkpatrick. Again, if you're just joining us and the Kirkpatricks are confusing you, Cannon Kirkpatrick is the quarterback. Timothy Kirkpatrick is the tailback. And you'll also hear Keaton Kirkpatrick as well. He is the kicker for this team. It is weird to say Kirkpatrick hands to Kirkpatrick, but it's a fact. 4 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. 0-0. Minerva's second possession of the game. They're in Marlington territory again. Under center now is Kirkpatrick. He's going to turn. This time they're going to hand it off to number 33, and that is Lane Hawk.
Yeah, they'll give him one, but the defense was right there waiting for him there as the first rush from someone other than Timothy Kirkpatrick. Only goes for 1 yard, brings up a 3rd down and 7 for the Lions.
3rd down and 7 for Minerva. They have the ball on the Marlington 45-yard line. There's 3:20 left to go here in the first quarter. 0-0 in this EBC matchup. 17 seconds left on the play clock. Now Minerva will break the huddle. We're going to send a receiver to the right. 2 tight ends, 1 to each side. Tim Kirkpatrick's in the backfield. Here comes tight in motion, and what do we have? We have a timeout, a Friends and Family Credit Union timeout taken by Coach Cardinal and the Marlington Dukes. There was something there they saw they didn't like, so Coach Cardinal wanted to call that timeout and get the right defense in here as 3rd and 7 coming up here in this first quarter, and he wants to make sure that his defense is lined up right. Again, this is not an easy offense to prepare for.
Not at all, because there's so many moving parts. There's so many weapons that Coach Slates can go to. But quick scoreboard update here. West Branch 14, Alliance 0.
Wow.
Hoover up 14-0 over Perry, still in the first quarter there. And it looks like that's all the scores that we have coming in from our other games here on the Q92 Sports Radio Network. But a big 3rd down here for Minerva. You're trying to move the ball and get into scoring position here. Still scoreless with 3:04 left in the first, and the Minerva Lions offense coming back onto the field here.
Here we go. Third and 7. Here comes Minerva. Kirkpatrick under center. He's going to turn. They're going to do a counter. It's going to be enough for the first down and more. Up inside the 30, down to around the 27-yard line. And that was Skylar Labb, the senior, number 23, who took that jet counter, if you will.
Yeah, an 18-yard gain there. The first time that we've called Skylar Labb's name tonight here, but brings up a first down and 10 for the Lions with just under 3 minutes to go from the Marlington 27-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10 for Minerva. They're already lined back up. Kirkpatrick under center, sends a tight end in motion. They're going to turn, hand it off to Kirkpatrick. Going to try to bounce it outside. He does. 25, 20 flag on the play from the back judge. Down to the 12 or 11-yard line for now. But these back judges are seeing everything tonight.
Yeah, I think
we'll see what that call. Holding on Minerva.
That time I think he had some help from Coach Cardinal and the Marlington Dukes coaching staff there to make that call, but the penalty will negate the big run for Minerva, 3rd or 4th of the night that's been called back thanks to a holding penalty.
So back up the Minerva Lions. That's going to take the ball back to around the 37-yard line. Another score, 6-0 Northwest over Tuslaw in a Pac-7 matchup tonight. 2:25 clock running here, 0-0. Minerva driving in Marlington territory. They got on the 37-yard line, but now it's 1st and 20. Kirkpatrick under center. Going to turn. They're going to try a counter again. Cut it inside this time. Marlington's there, so minimal gain there. Is another carry there for Skylar Labb.
Number 23, Skylar Labb on the end around. Stacked up, just past the line of scrimmage.
That'll bring up 2nd down. And around 20. They really give him no real gain on that play. 19. They give him 1.
Let's go, 4-2. Gain of about 1 on that play. But it's up to 2nd down, 19 for the Lions.
Tackled by number 42. That's sophomore Ace Lowe. I hope they say his name right.
I always thought Ace was higher.
Kirkpatrick, the throw. Here we go. He's taking a shot, looking for his receiver, and he's got it inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal, as we talked about Owen Schick, and you said it, Derek. You said when they do throw, that's who they're going to send deep, and this is what Minerva will do. They'll run, wait till those safeties creep up, and Slates will take a shot. He did, and now it's 1st and goal for Minerva.
Yeah, big 33-yard pass and catch there on the first pass attempt of the game here late in the first quarter, as brings up 1st and goal inside the RG Drag red zone.
So now here we go. Minerva, 1st and goal. They turn, hand it off to Kirkpatrick. He will not, I don't believe, get in the end zone. He'll be stopped at around the 1-yard line, as he didn't get very far at all on that carry, as we're under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, maybe give him 1 there, but tried to take it up the middle and was met by a slew of Duke defenders.
So 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line here late in the first quarter. 0-0, but Minerva knocking on the door in the RG Dreg red zone. Here they come, lined up again. Two tight ends, two fullbacks. Kirkpatrick behind Kirkpatrick. They're going to turn. This time try the end around to the right side. It's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minerva. And it's Skylar Lab, I believe, who took it in from left to right. So Skylar Lab gets in the end zone. The first score of the night goes to Minerva. They take the lead late in the first quarter.
Yeah, we've seen that play a couple of times to Skylar Lab. This time off to the right side, and he was met at the goal line, took a wallop, but was able to cross the threshold into the end zone for the game's first score.
On the kick now is Xander Kirkpatrick, number 10. He's a sophomore. Holding will be Keaton Kirkpatrick. There's 4 of them, folks. There's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 22 seconds left to go in the first quarter, your new score is Minerva 7, Marlington nothing. We'll be back with the kickoff. You are listening to high school football right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
This is head coach Zach Slates from the Minerva Lions. You're listening to high school football on AM 1310 WDPN and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, we are back here at Marlington High School where Minerva strikes first. The Skylar Lab touchdown run from 2 yards out. Minerva up 7-0. Marlington about to get the ball back with 22 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and a good drive there by Minerva after their defense got a stop there on 4th down to go down the field. And like I said, they don't throw, but they will throw.
Yeah, that was the big play of that drive, was that 33-yard pass and catch to Schick, and opened up the door for a quick
we had the kickoff, but another flag because, of course.
Offsides
on Minerva, so back them up, and we'll re-kick here. Back deep for Marlington will be Blaze Horn, number 21's back there, and Lucas Williamson will be back there as well.
Kick this one off from the 35-yard line as opposed to the 40.
All right, here we go. So Minerva set to kick it off again. Kirkpatrick kicks it off. It's going to be a squib kick, going to be fielded around the 25-yard line by Marlington, up near the 35, up near the 40. Might have got over the 40 here. That was Garrick Dickerhoof, the junior wide receiver, number 9, one of the up men that took that. And that is where the offense for Marlington and Tyler Walter will come back out here. Good field position with their second drive of the night.
Yeah, this time starting at the 40. Last time started at the 20 after the fumble recovery in the end zone. But only down 7 here early, so don't want to go away from your game plan. It's been working so far for Marlington, so stick with it.
All right, here come the Dukes. Walter in shotgun. Got Blaze Horn on his left hip. Got Twins left receiver right. Going to turn, hand it off to Horn. Horn going to try the right side. No, he's going to be tackled for a loss. That is going to be Lane Hawk on defense for Minerva coming up with the hit there, as that will be the final play of the first quarter. So we've played one. Your score, Minerva is up 7-0 over Marlington. We'll be back with the second quarter start. You're listening to high school football right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, we are back and set for the second quarter of action. Your score is 7-0. Minerva on top of Marlington here on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. It's going to be second down and 12 for the Dukes. Walder takes the snap, rolls out to his left, throws out to the flats, got it to his receiver, up over the 45, about the 47. That is going to be caught by Cole Jones. Again, one of the receivers that I'm sure Walter will be leaning on here the rest of this season. I believe that's Jones' second catch of the ball game, unless I'm making that up.
Yeah, second catch for Cole Jones here. Third down and 4 now for Marlington.
How about this? End of the first quarter, or in the first quarter, Hoover's up 21-0 over Perry. How about that? Louisville up 7-0 over Green.
Yeah, Hoover with their share of injuries this year as well.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Coach Baum keeping them.
That's why I've been so impressed with both Hoover and Lake, because they've been, and Jackson, have been hit bad by injuries, and they just keep going. 3rd and 5. They turn. They're going to hand it off to their running back, who's going to take it inside the 50, down to the 45, inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Our first carry by Caden Dine, the senior, and it was a good one. They snuck that run in there, and Caden Dine, looking like Scattaboo, heading down there, running some people over. First down from Arlington in Minerva territory. He got all the way down to the 39.
Yeah, big 15-yard gain there. Caden Dine using all of that 6-foot, 215-pound frame, ran over a couple Lion defenders that got in his way.
All right, here we go. We're breaking the huddle now. 11:30 left to go. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of Minerva. Marlington on the move here. Walder in shotgun. Dine's back there with him again. They're going to send Cole Jones in motion from left to right. Going to be a quick throw. It's going to be a wide receiver screen to Williamson inside the 35, down to around the 32, maybe the 33-yard line. Lucas Williamson with the catch.
Williamson's first catch of the evening. He had another one intended for him that was a little high, but Tyler Walder 2 for 2 on this drive. Gains of 8 and 6 yards.
10:50 clock running first quarter, 7-0. Minerva on top of Marlington. The Dukes, though, in Minerva territory. They have it down to the 33-yard line. It's 2nd down and 3. Williamson in motion from right to left. Walder turns, going to hand it off to Caden Dine again. Dine finds a hole, takes it down inside the 25. See if they mark him inside the 25, or right at the 25. But that's going to be enough to move the chain. So another run for a first down by Caden Dine, who's on his first series at running back tonight. But obviously he runs the ball. He's run the ball all season for him. Him and Blaze Horn have done most of the running for the Dukes this season.
Yeah, Dine there the night, 59 rushes, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns with a long of 20. His 2 runs tonight, 15 yards and 9, both, like you said, 4 first downs.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Marlington on the move, down 7-0, trying to tie things up. Walder in shotgun. Takes the snap. Going to hand it off to Dine again. Dine this time is going to be tackled and thrown down. That is by number 73, Aiden Reagan, the senior offensive and defensive lineman for Minerva. Good job to wrap up Caden Dine and shut him down there, as he got maybe 1 on that carry. 9:45 first half. 7-0 Minerva over Marlington. This EBC matchup, both these teams looking for their first conference victory of the season. $15 on the play clock. They break the huddle. Tyler Walder in shotgun now. He's going to have twins left, receiver to his right. Williamson in motion. They're going to jet sweep it with Williamson. He tries to cut it in. Now goes back outside inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10. Still going down around the 7-yard line. Great job on the jet sweep by Lucas Williamson, the sophomore. And they are now in the R.G. Drake red zone. Marlington knocking on the door now.
Yeah, the second time that we've seen Lucas Williamson on end around. Their first time went for 13 yards. This one 16 yards down to the 8-yard line. 9 minutes left in the first half. Marlington looking to get into the end zone for the first time.
1st and 10. Walder in shotgun. He's got Dine with him. Tight end to the right. receivers to each side. 8:50 left in the first half. It's a direct snap, but it's going to be a penalty. We're going to have a false start on the Dukes and back them up as they were going with a direct snap to Dine, trying to catch Minerva. But that's going to be another penalty, and both teams have absolutely been riddled with penalties here in this first half.
Absolutely. It's been both have had their fair share. We mentioned earlier that this was an area that Coach Cardinal would typically go with Cam Evanich lined up at quarterback there,
Absolutely.
trying to use a similar play, but with Caden Dine taking the direct snap, but the penalty moves him back to the 13-yard line.
All right, first and goal from the 13 now. Walter in shotgun. He's got twins to his right, Dine on his right hip. Walter takes the snap. It's going to be a quick wide receiver screen to Cole Jones. Cole Jones catches it, tries to break a tackle, falls forward down to around maybe the 7-yard line. We'll see where they mark him, maybe the 8. Another catch by Cole Jones, another wide receiver screen by the Dukes, as we'll be under 8 minutes to go in the first half here before the next play.
Yeah, nice gain of 5 there to get the penalty yards back from the false start penalty. Second down and with 8 to go in a goal-to-go situation.
All right, Caden Dine now. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. Same formation, twins right, Dine in shotgun with Walter. They're going to hand it off to Dine. He's going to try the right side, tries to go forward. He is stopped, and another good job by number 73, Aiden Reagan, the senior for Minerva. That D lineman is getting off his blocks and making some plays in the trenches.
Yeah, that time Caden Dine bounced back towards the center of the line there and maybe should have bounced out because the lineman, like you mentioned, was right there waiting for him. Did fall forward for a gain of 2, bringing up third and goal from the 6-yard line with 7:15 and counting left.
Third down and goal from the 6-yard line. They're going to come out and put twins to the left now. Dine on the left hip of Walter. Tight end to the right. Freshman quarterback Walter looks over the defense. On third and goal from the 6. Low snap. He's got to pick it up. He's looking for someone. Now just throws the ball away as no one was open, as the freshman kind of stumbled after he picked that ball up, looked a little panicked, and decided he didn't want to make a mistake. Threw it away, and that'll bring up fourth and goal from the 6 for Marlington.
Live to play another down. Great quarterback IQ there by the freshman to not force something or get overreactive there on the low snap. Just recover, take the ball, throw it into the end zone. Late flag here, as not quite sure what the.
It's a very late flag. What could they have thrown that late?
Unless they're discussing whether it was
intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding, but that'd be a.
So the referees are in a discussion right now, every one of them. Now one's coming over to talk to Coach Cardinal. Just joining us, 7-0 Minerva on top of Marlington. There's 6:53 left to go in the first half. Right now, it's fourth and goal from the 6 for Marlington. A flag was thrown very late after the play. The officials are still discussing it. And we're imagining they're talking about a possible intentional grounding. And they are going to call it. They're going to call intentional grounding on the freshman quarterback from Marlington. So that's going to back him up and make it fourth and goal. And we'll see if that makes the Dukes go for a field goal, if they still decide they want to go for it here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I thought he was out of the pocket when he got rid of that after the fumble, after the low snap recovery. But Coach Cardinal not complaining too much, so.
Well, that's going to take the ball back to the 20-yard line. So as of right now, it's going to be fourth and goal for Marlington from the 20.
Yeah, little long for a field goal attempt, so the offense staying out there.
All right, going to have 3 receivers, twins to the left, receiver to the right. Dine back there in shotgun with Walter on fourth and goal from the 20. Here comes Walter looking. Pump fakes, taking a shot, looking for Cole Jones in the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. And 2 more flags come in. Who are they going to call that on, offense or defense?
Yeah, it looked like the defender just kind of stopped his.
Oh, it's going to be. Oh, they're going to call it on Minerva?
Yeah, it looked like he was running step for step for the receiver and then just kind of stopped dead in his tracks and kind of prevented Cole Jones from making an attempt at making that catch, and penalty flag in the end zone should result in first down and goal for Marlington.
So that was the initial call. And here comes the official. It is pass interference on Minerva. So a defensive penalty.
Or I guess it won't be automatic first down. My apologies.
That's a 10-yard penalty. So now it's 4th and goal from the 10. So still 4th down. Trips to the left, receiver to the right, Dine back there with Walter. Here we go, 4th and goal from the 10 now after the penalty. Walter back to pass. There's a major blitz coming from Minerva, and they got him. And guess who it was? Number 73, Aiden Reagan, who's having an incredible first half there.
Yeah, we've called his name a couple of times. He's been at the line of scrimmage for stopping runs. That time broke into the backfield as they brought pressure, knowing it's a 4th down and 10, likely a passing situation, and there were more rushers than there were blockers, and Tyler Walter wore it.
Gutsy defensive call by Minerva. That looked like a zero blitz, and it came through. And like you said, more than a couple guys came through untouched on that one. So Minerva's defense for the second time tonight holds on downs. And now they have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 18-yard line. Kirkpatrick under center here. And a flag because, of course, false start on Minerva, going to back them up 5 yards. Both coaches will be talking to their teams about discipline at halftime because penalties have been at a premium for both teams. And that's so now back up Minerva here. 6:39 left to go in the first half. It's 7-0 Minerva over Marlington. Marlington has moved the ball offensively. They've just stalled out on their 2 drives.
Yeah, they've had great progress in pushing the ball downfield, whether it be through the air or on the ground, but get to that point, and Minerva's defense tightens up and able to hold them.
Here we go. 1st down and 15. They're going to turn. Linkus takes it around the end. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, up near the 40. Guess what, though? There's a little piece of yellow on the field again. Another flag.
Yeah, that was the first time that we've called Nathaniel Linkus' name, but much like a few other big runs that Minerva's had thus far, coming back as a result of a holding penalty.
So you're right, and a little surprised it took till 6:29 in the first half before we called Linkus' name.
Yeah, he's the senior running back's been their starter much of the year, but Coach Slates has 4 or 5 guys that he's comfortable handing the ball off to, and with that, sometimes the number isn't yours that's called.
All right. They say you could call holding on every play. That doesn't mean you have to. Or you should.
Right.
1st and 15 now. On their own 13-yard line for Minerva. Kirkpatrick sends Linkus in motion. Turns, hands it off to Kirkpatrick, who takes it up over the 15, over the 20. He falls forward, takes it all the way to about the 25-yard line. Whoa, no flag.
Wow.
All right, the play will stand.
Nice 12-yard gain there by Timothy Kirkpatrick. He is the Lions' leading rusher thus far tonight.
6 minutes, 6:02 left to go in the first half. 7-0 Minerva on top of Marlington. Minerva with the ball on their own 25-yard line. It's 2nd down and 4. Cannon Kirkpatrick under center. Sends Linkus in motion. They turn, hand it off to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick, another nice hole up over the 30. He'll fall up towards the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they'll give him the 35. He kind of rolled over the defender as the defender was bringing him down and got another yard or 2 as a result of that for another Lions first down here. 5:30 and counting for the first half.
Again, at halftime, we'll have news from our AM 1310 WDPN newsroom. We'll get you scores from around the area. We'll get you stats. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. Kirkpatrick under center is going to turn. Linkus again is going to try that kind of counter inside. Breaks a couple tackles. Good job to get something out of that. Cuts it up and takes it to the 40-yard line. So a decent run on first down for Linkus. Under 5 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, if you're Minerva, you don't want to score too fast because Marlington does receive the second half kick. So, you want to take your time, but make these yards in chunks.
Kirkpatrick under center. Linkus in motion. They're going to turn, hand it off to Linkus. He's going to try the right end. Going to try to cut it back inside. He does a little bit. We'll take it up to the 45, and that's where they'll mark him at the 45, so another 5 yards. They're going to say move the chains again, so another first down. And this is the kind of drive Minerva and Coach Slates want. They'd love to take it down the field here and pretty much run the clock out in the first half in the process.
Yeah, doing a great job here. Back-to-back 5-yard rushes by Nate Linkus here. First time we've called his name all night, but he seems to be the hot hand this drive.
Kirkpatrick under center. 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. They send Linkus in motion again. They turn. Kirkpatrick going to throw it. Was looking for Linkus. That's intercepted by Dine for Marlington, who's heading back down the sideline. He'll go out of bounds around, the 32-yard line.
What a play. One-handed interception there by the linebacker, Caden Dine. We talked about him as a running back, but there's a late flag. So
there is.
Hold the phone.
we should have known. So a flag came out. We didn't see it. It was on the far side of the field. As of right now, was an interception, but they're pointing at Marlington. So here comes the official call. Personal foul. Roughing the quarterback on Marlington. So take away the incredible interception by Caden Dine. Not only that, but now well into Marlington territory comes Minerva as that takes the ball all the way to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a real punch in the gut. You're going to get the turnover, have the ball with a little over 4 minutes left, chance to double dip, and now it's 1st down 10 Minerva.
4:09 left to go in the first half. Kirkpatrick under center. Sends a tight end in motion. They're going to turn, hand it off to Kirkpatrick. He's going to try the right side, breaks the tackle, 35, 30, 25, down inside the 20. They'll finally mark him down. Let's see where they finally mark him at.
Around the 17.
About the 17-yard line, so into the R.G. Drake red zone goes Minerva. They are on the move again and in the red zone, the R.G. Drake red zone.
Yeah, gain of 23 there for Timothy Kirkpatrick on the ground. What a swing of momentum.
Absolutely. 4:02 left to go in the first half. In the red zone now. 1st 10, the 17-yard line. Kirkpatrick. And then goes in motion. Flag again. False start by Minerva. Back him up 5.
That's the thing. It hasn't been one-sided. So
they're calling it down the middle.
That way, but
they're calling it down the middle.
Like you said, I think both coaches, that will be the talking point for the halftime speech is discipline, and a lot of these are pre-snap penalties, and
both teams have hurt themselves.
Yeah.
with penalties tonight. They've hurt drives. It's been incredible, and the consistency of the penalties is what's really impressive. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Should be 1st and 15. There it is. The scoreboard tricked me. They're going to try and end around to the left side, cutting it back inside, breaking a couple tackles, and getting it back down to maybe the 18-yard line.
Is that Wand or Hawk?
That is number 32 for Minerva, so that is Nicholas Wandel. First time we've called his name tonight. Yep. Wandel, a junior. We called his name a lot earlier in the season when Minerva took on St. Thomas Aquinas. 3:30 left to go in the first half. 2nd down and 11. Ball on the 28. It's not the 28-yard line. The ball is on the 18-yard line. Scoreboard guy's messing with me. They send the tight end in motion. They're going to try and end around with him inside the 18, down to the 15, and hit backwards very hard and out of bounds. That was Skylar Labb who took that end around. Tried to be patient with it. They'll give him looks like maybe the 16-yard line.
Yeah, gave him 2 on the carry there, but yeah, waiting for a hole to open and nothing opened up, and the Duke defenders hats to the ball there.
3rd down and 11 to go from the 18-yard line. Again, I don't understand why they keep saying the ball's on the 28-yard line on the scoreboard.
Got a Duke player down.
Yeah, and that's Cole Jones, another player they cannot afford to lose. A big contributor, the junior wide receiver and defensive back. is down right now, so they're checking on him as he is down right now. Let's look at some scores while we have a chance and see what we got for you here. Let me see here. McKinley is up 17-7 over Lake in the second quarter. Louisville up over Green 14-7 in the second quarter. Already halftime, Tuslaw and Northwest tied at 6. Let me see here. Hoover 21, Perry 7. Score there. As Cole Jones is coming off under his own power.
Yeah, hopefully just a stinger or something that he's able to shake off here on the sideline and get back out there. So far tonight, Cole Jones on offense, 3 receptions for 29 yards. Been a big part of the Duke offense with the absence of Cameron Evanich and Malcolm Salyers. Sorry.
All right, here we go now. Third down and about 11 from the 16-yard line for Minerva. They're going to hand it off to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick trying to break tackles. He's going to get it back down to the 11-yard line maybe. And it'll be fourth down. So fourth down for Minerva. If I'm Slates, I'm sure I'd let as much clock run as I could. Maybe even take it down to 1 second on the play clock and call a timeout.
Yeah, it looks like the offense staying out here.
Yeah, they're going to. All right, here we go. 2:10 clock running, 4th and 11. Ball on the 11. I'm sorry. It's not 4th and 11. Kirkpatrick takes the ball on 4th down, falls forward to about the 5-yard line, and that's going to be a first down.
That's enough for the Lions again. First up coming up for Minerva.
Yeah, first and goal here from the 5-yard line for Minerva as the clock dips below 2 minutes left in the first half here.
Apologize for my spot, but I'm going by the scoreboard, and every time I look at it, it's wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to use it here to calculate some stats.
Yeah,
it's
it's been wrong for the last 6 plays. All right, here now they're right. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Minute 38 left to go here. Minerva trying to pound it in here. Kirkpatrick hands to Kirkpatrick, cuts back. Flag on the play as they push the pile towards the goal line. He won't get in, but now there's a flag anyway. So it's going to be on Minerva. It's going to back up the Lions. So back him up.
Not to say that Marlington's defense hasn't had their share of stops, but there's been quite a few drives that Minerva's had tonight that the penalties have really put them in a spot that behind the sticks or long, second and long, third and long as a result of the penalties.
All right, so after the penalty, first and goal, but now from the 15-yard line for Minerva with 1:28 left to go here in the first half. They're going to turn. Kirkpatrick is going to keep it himself, and he'll be thrown down for a big loss. Good job by the Marlington defense. Number 50, Roman Albert, the senior, with the play as Keaton Kirkpatrick took a big hit there. Cannon Kirkpatrick, I'm sorry, took a big hit, and I believe someone did take a timeout.
Yeah, I think Marlington with another timeout, Friends and Family Credit Union timeout here. But, yeah, big sack, loss of 5 there. And as you mentioned, the senior, Roman Albert, breaking through there and bringing Kirkpatrick down with some force.
Yeah, so timeout on the play here during the game right now. Your situation is there's 1:16 left to go in the first half. Minerva is up 7-0. They have it second and goal, but it's second and goal from the 20 thanks to the penalty and the sack. So got a ways to go to get it in that end zone, but they're still in good shape. As the timeout is over. Minerva still has timeouts, right?
Yeah, the scoreboard has stated 0 timeouts left for both all night. I believe Marlington has used 2, and I don't believe.
I was going to say, I believe Minerva has all 3. All right, here we go. Second and goal from the 20. Minerva under center, ready to go. Kirkpatrick takes the snap. It's an end around. to Linkus. He's going to be hit by Caden Dime behind the line. Marlington defense coming to life here late in the first half. And now we are going to have a timeout this time.
Yeah, Marlington burns their last timeout. Bring on this play, brings up third down and long. Third and goal rather from the 22-yard line. No timeouts left if you're Marlington, but with 1:08 left on the first half clock, if you get a stop here on third down, could likely get the ball back here with a little bit of time left.
Yeah, I think that's what Coach Cardinal is thinking. If he can get the ball back with some type of time, that he'll go for it and try to get a drive going here with his offense. The defense coming up big in these last two plays here late in the first half. 7-0 is the score. Minerva on top of Marlington. Again, it's end goal for Minerva, but it's third and goal from the 22-yard line thanks to the penalties, the sack, and the big defensive stop.
Yeah, Caden Dine thought he had an interception earlier this drive. It was negated by penalty, but a big stop there to force the third down and long.
So here we go. Third down and goal from the 22-yard line. Kirkpatrick under center, going to have a receiver to the right, two tight ends, and Kirkpatrick behind him. They send Linkus in motion. They're going to do a jet sweep with Linkus. He's going to inside the 20, cut it back inside the 15, and that's about all he'll get. As the defense with the stop. They'll give him down to the 14. That'll bring up fourth and goal, under a minute to go. 55 seconds and clock running. Be fourth down for Minerva.
Yeah, gain of 8 there down to the 14-yard line, fourth and goal. Looking at the game clock versus play clock, can run it down to about 15 or 17 seconds or so.
I think that's what Coach Slates is going to do. He's over there by the official right now, and so is Kirkpatrick. He's going to let it run down, take as much time off the clock as he can, and then call that timeout, which I think is a very smart move, and that's what I would have done too. We're going to leave them. If you don't get this, you want to leave them with as little time as possible.
Yep.
He'll do just that. So now there's 17 seconds left in the first half here on our Friends and Family Credit Union timeout. Coach Slates takes that timeout. Now he'll decide what he wants to do. Ball's on the 15-yard line. It's fourth and goal. We've seen no sign of the field goal team for Minerva. So we would imagine that they're going to come out here and still go for this. But in doing so, I want to leave, like I said, as little time left for the Dukes to do anything with it.
As you mentioned, their kicker is sophomore Xander Kirkpatrick for the Minerva. Looking here, it'd be about a 31-yard attempt should they elect that, but it looks like the offense is coming back on the field.
So we're going to let's see if they're sending the field goal unit out or not.
Yeah, it looks like
they're
lining up for the 31-yard attempt.
They are going to attempt it. 30-plus yard field goal attempt for Minerva here late in the first half. They'll be kicking it from about the 20-yard line. Here we go. It's down. The kick is up. The kick is low. It is no good. It misses the field goal. Didn't have enough leg on it. Marlington takes over with 12 seconds left, first and 10 on their own 15-yard line. So the defensive plays end up being strong for Marlington as they keep Minerva out of the end zone and keep them from scoring altogether here late in the first half. That's a big time stop.
Yeah, we'll see if Coach Cardinal comes out and tries to do anything on offense with no timeouts left and 12 seconds left. But if you elect to go into halftime and kneel down here, you're only down 7 and you receive the opening kick after half.
The way they're lined up, it looks like Walter's probably just going to take this snap and take a knee, and he does. So Walter takes the snap, takes a knee, hands it over to the official, and that is it for the first half. So we've played 2 quarters of football here in a little less than an hour, and your score is 7-0. Minerva is on top of Marlington. We are going to take a timeout. We're going to send it back to the AM 13, to our studios for an AM 1310 WDPN newsroom update. Then we'll come back after that. We'll get you some area scores. We'll get you stats from the first half, and we'll get you set for the second half of action. But we've played 2, and the score is 7-0. Minerva over Marlington. You are listening to high school football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Do you need a tree removed, trimmed, or a stump ground into oblivion? Call Bowman's Tree Service, your friendly family-owned tree experts, serving Carroll and Stark counties. They don't just chop and trim, they also deliver all-natural mulch, compost, and seasoned firewood to keep your garden blooming and your fires roaring. Whether you're tackling that troublesome tree or prepping for cozy nights by the fire, they've got you covered. Quality work, no hassles. Call them 330-704-3399 and let's make your trees and worries disappear.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Do you need a tree removed, trimmed, or a stump ground into oblivion? Call Bowman's Tree Service, your friendly family-owned tree experts, serving Carroll and Stark counties. They don't just chop and trim, they also deliver all-natural mulch, compost, and seasoned firewood to keep your garden blooming and your fires roaring. Whether you're tackling that troublesome tree or prepping for cozy nights by the fire, they've got you covered. Quality work, no hassles. Call them 330-704-3399 and let's make your trees and worries disappear.
This is head coach Joe Cardinal from the Marlington Dukes. You're listening to high school football on AM 1310 WDPN and Q92 Sports Network.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of AM 1310 WDPN News. A man accused in a shooting at a North Canton apartment complex faces charges of felonious assault, discharging a weapon into a home or school, and inducing panic. Bond was set at $1.1 million during the first court appearance this morning for 38-year-old Brian Francisco. He was arrested after Thursday morning's incident at the Versailles Garden Apartments at Main and Apple Grove Streets. Francisco allegedly was shooting through the walls of an apartment when gunfire struck the victim. Police rescued the woman through a window as the shooting continued. She was taken to Mercy Hospital for treatment of multiple wounds. Her condition has not been released. There's not believed to be a connection between the shooter and victim. The Canton Metro Crash Team is investigating a fatal accident at Harrison Avenue and Navarre Road Southwest. 35-year-old Martin Hightower of Canton was pronounced dead at Altman Hospital at 4:30 this morning, less than half an hour after the crash. Police say Hightower was riding an electric bike when he failed to stop at a red light and was hit by a vehicle that was southbound on Harrison. The other driver was not hurt. Bond is set at $75,000 for a Columbiana County woman charged in a violent attack in Canton. 20-year-old Chloe Snyder of West Township was arraigned today in Canton Municipal Court. She was arrested earlier today on a warrant charging her with felonious assault. Snyder and 2 unidentified suspects allegedly struck a 20-year-old Maslin man on the head with a metal bar and wrench. The victim suffered serious injuries in the September 11th incident in the 200 block of Arlington Avenue Southwest. Snyder is scheduled to return to court Tuesday for a status conference. The Stark County Jail is getting state assistance to help inmates receive treatment for addiction. A roughly $227,000 grant was announced today by Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost. Sheriff Eric Weisburn says his office will use the funding to build upon the success of the jail's Stark County Adult Recovery Program. It focuses on the causes of addiction. The grant is part of a third round of funding to 11 Ohio County jails totaling $2 million. It expands the program's reach to 37 counties statewide. The Marlington Board of Education has approved the latest 5-year financial forecast. Thursday, Treasurer Bob Foss informed the board the district will end the current fiscal year with a balanced budget and a surplus of about $348,000. During a Wednesday work session, Ryan Gazzoni with Frontline Education cited previous cost-cutting as a factor. Deficit spending of roughly $547,000 is forecast in 2026 and about $1.2 million in 2027. Voss says the projections reflect only the general fund. One reason for the deficit spending is the transfer of Nexus Pipeline settlement money from the general fund to the Capital Projects Fund for building improvements. Superintendent Dan Swisher believes the district will have to ask voters for new within the next 10 years. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
Nimishillen Township trustees learned of a new zoning process Thursday. WDPN's David Schur reports.
Upgrading to an online permit application simplifies the process, eliminates paperwork and filing cabinets, and provides a permanent record of the processing. The procedure is also adaptable to other required records for other township departments. Trustees also approved a $3,960 purchase of 23 pair of fire-retardant Nomex pants from Livingston's Uniforms of Akron.
Trustees also approved monthly department reports. A Portage County grand jury has indicted a woman on 2 counts of animal cruelty. 35-year-old Sarah Senni is accused of leaving her 2 dogs locked inside a mobile home without food or water and allowing them to starve to death. An investigation began in June after the Portage Animal Protective League received a tip about the animals' welfare. Neighbors said they hadn't heard the dogs in 3 months. A humane officer found them dead inside the trailer. Their bodies were severely decomposed and the floor was covered with feces. A former Lisbon teacher has pleaded guilty to 30 counts of pandering obscenity involving a minor and 15 counts of illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material or performance. The pleas were entered today in Columbiana County Common Pleas Court by 69-year-old James Watt of Columbiana. He will be sentenced January 9th. Watt possessed obscene material involving children in October 2024. 18 devices were seized from him based on information from a cyber tip, and Watt was indicted in January. He was a STEM teacher at Lisbon David Anderson High School until his retirement last year. Authorities are investigating after a body was found behind a Youngstown home Thursday afternoon. Police responded to an address on Elmira Avenue on the city's south side. The body was discovered in the backyard by a person who was cleaning the property. It's not clear how long it had been there. The Mahoning County Coroner's Office identified the body as that of George Westhead. He was previously reported missing. The cause of death is unknown. An elderly woman is in critical condition following a house fire in Austintown this morning. Firefighters were called to the 3800 block of Cannon Road around 9:40. The woman, who is disabled, was pulled from the home through a bedroom window. She was taken to a hospital. The house sustained heavy damage. The cause is under investigation by the state fire marshal's office. A man accused of robbing a bank in Boardman Thursday is behind bars. Boardman police arrested 48-year-old Terry Gilbert of Hanover Township after responding to the reported holdup at a PNC Bank branch on Market Street. He allegedly demanded money from a teller and fled with $220. Officers found Gilbert in Southern Park Mall a short time later. He was booked at the Mahoning County Jail on a robbery charge. Gilbert was arraigned today in Youngstown Municipal Court on a robbery charge stemming from Tuesday's holdup of a Huntington Bank in Youngstown. He was wanted on multiple warrants, including a federal warrant for a probation violation. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, right after a look at the forecast. For the overnight, mostly clear skies and a low of 46. Saturday, mostly cloudy, a high around 66. For AM 1310 WDPN News, I'm Jeff Mears.
Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton. For over 20 years, Pierce Motors has been your trusted, locally owned and operated auto repair shop, delivering ASE certified bumper-to-bumper service you can count on. From oil changes to engine repairs and diagnostics, we do it all with quality work at a fair price. Visit us at 170 East Main Street, Limaville, or call 330-821-7744 today and see why so many in the community rely on Pierce Motors.
peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
We are back here at halftime. Your score is 7-0. The Minerva Lions are on top of the Marlington Dukes, as the Marlington Duke band is currently starting their performance here at halftime. All right, let's go right now, though, and take a look at all the area scores here as we go to Q92radiosports.com, our official website, where you can go there every day and see scores every Friday night and see your live scoreboard and listen to all the games. All right, here we go. At halftime, we got Tuslaw and Northwest tied at 6. How about Tuslaw hanging in there? At halftime, Glen Oak and Jackson tied at 7. Halftime, Canton McKinley up 17-7 over Lake. Massillon over Cornerstone Warriors 24-7 at half. In the second quarter, Canton South 14, Fairless 7. Very late in the first half. West Branch up 27-14 against Alliance in that game. Second quarter, Greene and Louisville are tied at 14 apiece. Also in the second quarter, almost at halftime. Hoover up 28-14 over Perry. TCC and East Canton, no score as of right now. St. Thomas and Richmond Heights, no score there. Struthers up, no score, and Struthers East, we don't have a score for that one yet. No score from Claymont and Sandy Valley either. So there's some scores from around the area. Now let's transition from that to first half stats with Derek Dimmitt for both teams.
Yeah, we'll start with the host, the Marlington Dukes. Through the air, Tyler Walder, 6 of 10 for 59 yards. Leading rusher for Marlington, Caden Dine, 4 rushes, 27 yards. Also on the ground, Lucas Williamson, 2 rushes for 29 yards. Through the air, it's Cole Jones, 3 receptions, 29 yards. And number 16, Austin Ring, 2 receptions for 24 yards for Marlington. Flipping it over now to the visitors, the Minerva Lions. Quarterback Ken Kirkpatrick, 1 for 1 through the air, 33 yards. That passing was caught by Owen Chick for those 33 yards. Leading rusher through the first half, Timothy Kirkpatrick, 12 rushes, 135 yards for Timothy Kirkpatrick on the ground. The lone scorer in this one so far was Skylar Lab on a 2-yard rush on an end around. Lab through the first half has 4 rushes for 23 yards for the second leading rusher for Coach Slate's Lions.
There you go. So that is a look at all of the stats from the first half. We are going to take a break. Now, when we come back, we're going to look at the old playoff rankings. We're going to take a look around, tell you who's in, who's out, who needs help. We're going to do that coming up next. At halftime, though, it is still, with about 7 minutes left to go at halftime, 7-0 Minerva over Marlington. It's high school football. Brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Do you need a tree removed, trimmed, or a stump ground into oblivion? Call Bowman's Tree Service, your friendly family-owned tree experts serving Carroll and Stark counties. They don't just chop and trim, they also deliver all-natural mulch, compost, and seasoned firewood to keep your garden blooming and your fires roaring. Whether you're tackling that troublesome tree or prepping for cozy nights by the fire, they've got you covered. Quality work, no hassles. Call them 330-704-3399 and let's make your trees and worries disappear. Looking for quality glass and mirror work you can trust? At Cardinal Glass and Mirror in Canton, we handle it all, residential, commercial, and industrial. From window replacements to custom glass and custom mirrors, we've got you covered. We're a small, locally owned business, and we live by one promise. If we won't put it in our home, we won't put it in yours. Call today, 330-478-0075. Visit us online at cardinalglassmirror.com or stop by at 1857 Whipple Avenue Northwest in Canton.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
For over 20 years, Pierce Motors has been your trusted, locally owned and operated auto repair shop, delivering ASE certified bumper-to-bumper service you can count on. From oil changes to engine repairs and diagnostics, we do it all with quality work at a fair price. Visit us at 170 East Main Street, Limaville, or call 330-821-7744 today and see why so many in the community rely on Pierce Motors.
Coach coming in here week 8, welcoming Minerva.
This is head coach Joe Cardinal from the Marlington Dukes. You're listening to high school football on AM 1310 WDPN and Q92 Sports Network.
All right, and welcome back here at halftime, where it is 7-0 is your score between Minerva and Marlington. All right, Derek, another week, another set of playoff computer points come out, and we like to watch those OHSA computer points and use things like Joe Idle to see where our teams were at. Let's go to Division I right now, and let's see where teams look. Again, we got to remind you, there's a change this year. Top 12 get in, not the top 16. And the top 4 get a bye. So it's key to remember that. Division I right now, Region 1, Canton-McKinley is currently sitting in the 3 spot. That means they would have a bye in round 1. Jackson sitting at the 6 seed as well. Glen Oak at 16 right now on the outside looking in, but a couple wins late in the season, the Federal League could easily get them to that 12 spot. So not out of it. But they even have Canton-McKinley and Jackson here would be in right now in Division 1. We go to Division 2. There's a couple regions to check out. First is Division 2, Region 5. That is where Lake is sitting at the 2 spot right now, which means they would get a bye if the playoffs started today. And that is, I believe, the only local team that would be in the playoffs in this region right now is Green sitting down at 20th right now. So Lake in great shape. Walsh Jesuit is the number 1 seed right now. Akron Hoban sitting at 3, Fitch at 5, Nordonia at 4. So that Lake, that's going to be a really tough region. We go next to Division 2, Region 7, where more of our local teams reside. Right now, Louisville holds on to the 7 seed right now. Hoover is sitting at the 8 seed. Massillon is sitting at the 9 seed. So in this region, if the playoffs ended today, we'd have 3 teams in right now. Now Perry's sitting at 15. They need some wins to get up there, but as of right now, we have 3 teams that would be in this region, possibly 4, depending on how things shake out. Division 3, Region 9. Currently, Alliance is tied with Chardon for the 6th seed right now. Canfield has the number 1. CVCA is having a great year, number 2. Madison, Gates Mills, Hopkins, Benedictine, but Alliance sitting at the 6th seed right now. And that is the only local team in Division 3, Region 9 that would be in right now. I want to say Salem is somewhere around here too. To go back and see where they're at, I will just go back to the Alliance one and click on Alliance, and that will tell them. So I do believe Salem would be in right now. Salem is in, they're in Division 4, Region 14, so they're at 4. So We now move on to Division 4, Region 13. Let's see what we got here. West Branch, who is winning right now, currently has the 6th seed, so they'd be playing week 1. Northwest has the 8th seed right now. Salem has the 11 seed, so they're right there where really can't afford too many more slip-ups if you're Salem. But right now holding on to the 11 seed. So in Division 4, Region 13, you got West Branch, Northwest, and Salem would be in right now. We go to Division 5, Region 17 to see if any of our local teams would be in. And right now we have Tuslaw, who is hanging on with the 11 seed right now. And they're also tied with Northwest right now. And a win over Northwest would tremendously help them.
Absolutely.
So we have them right now in Division 5. As far as Division 6 goes, Smithville, the Smithies are sitting at 5 right now. They'd be playing week 1, and they would have a home game. So they're in good shape. And Joe Idle says they control their own destiny right now. And then finally in Division 7, Region 25, Malvern, the Hornets, they are sitting at the 4 seed right now. They would get a bye right now. East Canton up to the 7 seed. They would be in right now. They'd be playing, but they'd be in. They'd have a home game week 1 in Division 7. So we'll pay attention to what East Canton does the rest of the season as well. So that's a look at the divisions, who's in right now. So we have some good representation, but so much can change between now and 2 weeks from now. When you think about tonight's games and then the next 2 weeks, a lot can happen, Derek.
Yeah, a lot of rivalries here in the next couple weeks, a lot of inter-regional matchups. So those will definitely move the meter one way or the other for a lot of those teams that are in the 6 to 12 range. You can be in 1 week and looking at hosting week 11, and then the next week you're maybe out or heading on the road for week 11.
Right.
So
you could make the playoffs, like you said. You could have a bye. You could be playing at home. You could be playing on the road. Any of those things. And there's teams or situations where it could be any one of those 3.
Right, absolutely.
You're not locked into any of them. So all these games important. And the thing, too, to remember is a lot of these teams play each other.
Right.
Salem, who really can't afford to slip up right now, they still got to play West Branch.
Yeah.
Week 10, they still got some tough games left. It's very interesting. Teams that right now have home games, like Alliance. A couple losses, they could end up still in the playoffs, but they could end up on the road the first half, So, and teams like Perry and Glen Oak, who right now are not in it, but they're not eliminated either.
Yeah, that's the advantage of playing in some of these tough leagues or conferences. You play some of these teams that are higher rated currently, and even hanging with them sometimes can get you the computer points needed to kind of sneak into that 12 or 11 seed. And once you're in, anything can happen.
There you go. All right, we're going to take our final timeout and get you set for second half action. Halftime about over. Your score, 7-0, Minerva over Marlington. Marlington gets the ball first here in the second half. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sire Shown Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
For over 20 years, Pierce Motors has been your trusted, locally owned and operated auto repair shop, delivering ASE certified bumper-to-bumper service you can count on. From oil changes to engine repairs and diagnostics, we do it all with quality work at a fair price. Visit us at 170 East Main Street, Limaville, or call 330-821-7744 today and see why so many in the community rely on Pierce Motors.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, both teams are back on the field. Minerva will be kicking off to Marlington. Marlington will be going from right to left here to start the second half. As we are getting set here, Minerva set to kick things off here to start the second half. Thank you guys for having us on. We appreciate you. Again, your score, 7-0.
36-641.
Minerva on top of Marlington with the ball first here. And we are back underway here in the second half. Squib kick going to be picked up. Oh, fumbled by Marlington. Picked up near the sideline. It's going to be stepped out of bounds. And that's where the Dukes will take over. And back out will come freshman quarterback Tyler Walder and this Dukes offense. Only down 7-0 here to start the second half.
Yeah, big thing for Marlington, no turnovers through that first half, so doing a good job. They've had positive plays. Minerva's defense has just kind of bend but don't break thus far through the first half, so we'll see what Coach Cardinal drew up in halftime and how the Dukes look here on offense to start the second half.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Tyler Walder in shotgun to start things out. Twins right, receiver to the left as well. Walder takes the snap. Going to turn, hand it out to his running back. That is going to be Dine. He's going to take it up over the 25, fall forward around the 27-yard line. Good, powerful run to start, and we are back underway here in the second half. Marlington down by 7.
Yeah, Dine's been the bell cow so far for Coach Cardinal and the Dukes offense, up to 34 yards now on 5 carries.
So I just went to halftime. West Branch added a late score again, 34-14 over Alliance. And battle of the 6-1s is West Branch, who has owned this conference for how many years?
Yeah, since Coach Cooper got there.
11-17 left to go here in the third quarter. They turn, they hand it off again. They're going to take it up over the 30, maybe the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. That is Dine again. And that'll be a first down. Move the chains. 11-10 clock running here in the third quarter. 7-0 Marlington trails Minerva with their opening drive here of the second half.
Yeah, and only trailing 7, you still have your full offensive playbook at your leisure. You don't have to focus just on throwing the ball, trying to get chunk plays that way. You can still play your offense as you would.
Walder on 1st and 10, their own 32-yard line. They send Williamson in motion. Now they've got Twins right receiver left. And what do we have now? False start. The penalties pick right up with the second half as we have a false start on Marlington. So back them up 5 yards. We hoped the coaches from both teams talked to their players. We hope maybe the refs would just go easy a little bit here in the second half. But here we go. So back them up 5 yards, and you're right. I feel like 70% of these penalties line have all been procedure.
Right, yeah. Pre-snap penalties or unforced errors have been the crutch for both offenses, been the stalling drives.
1st and 15 now, ball on their own 28-yard line. Walder in shotgun, sends receiver in motion. He's going to roll out, looking to pass, throws it towards the sideline, and it's going to be caught by Cole Jones, caught up around the 35-yard line. He'll be pushed out of bounds. Good catch by Cole Jones.
Yeah, nice 7-yard gain there for Jones. He was the leading receiver at halftime. 3 receptions, 29 yards, so picking up where he left off there with the gain of 7.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 7-0 Minerva over Marlington in this EBC matchup. Both teams looking for their first conference victory. Marlington has the ball up on their 35-yard line. This is their first possession of the third quarter. Williamson in motion again. They're going to turn, hand it off to Dine. Dine finds a hole, takes up over the 35, dives up towards the 38-yard line. As Dine again. And they started off this game with Blaze Horn at running back, the sophomore, but about second quarter, they put Caden Dine in there running back, and he's pretty much gotten all the carries since then.
Yeah, it's been Caden Dine rushing, like you said, since the early stages of the second quarter, and he's up to 7 rushes and about 42 yards.
9:13 left to go in the third quarter. It's 3rd down and 4 for the Dukes. They're going to have Twins left. Tight end, Twins right. Quick throw out the flat to Williamson. He's got to break a tackle. He breaks one. Tries to break another. He can't. He'll be tackled right at the 40-yard line. That's going to be short of a first down. Bring up 4th down. Good open field tackle there by Minerva. 4th down, and looks like waiting to see. And Walder's staying out there.
Yeah, trying to spark something here on offense. Coach Cardinal opting to leave the offense out there.
A lot of subs, though, so maybe we'll have to see what this is all about. Looks like a line change.
Yeah.
They're lining up. Now, you can always pooch it.
Absolutely.
On 4th and 3 from their own 40. Only down 7-0. We'll see if they actually go for this. As the signals are coming in. Still 12 seconds on the play clock, and now Walter going to drop back and punt, and that's a good punt by Walter. That's going to hit and take a Marlington bounce inside the 10-yard line. It's finally going to die around the 6. Great call by Coach Cardinal, and an even better punt by the freshman.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the advantage of having a quarterback that's also your punter. You can do things like that, or you can run fake punts a little easier than having your punter, but a beautiful punt and roll down into the 6-yard line. So Minerva will come out, but have a long field ahead of them.
Yeah, they decided to punt it, but wow, they definitely flipped the field, and they're going to make Minerva have to go the distance. So 8:01 left to go in the third quarter. It's 7-0 Minerva on top of Marlington. Minerva's first possession of the second half, but it's going to be at their own 5-yard line. An incredible punt by the freshman. Kirkpatrick comes out, hands to Kirkpatrick, who takes it up over the 5. He'll get it all the way to the 9. Actually, they'll give him the 10-yard line, maybe even the 11, depending on side judge just keeps inching forward. So good run there by Kirkpatrick, Timothy Kirkpatrick, who took the handoff from Cannon Kirkpatrick. I want to thank everyone that has us on listening tonight. Whether you're a fan of Minerva, a fan of Marlington, or just a fan of high school football, appreciate you guys. If you're listening on YouTube or Q92radiosports.com, good evening. Thanks for having us on. 7-0 here. High school football brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. Minerva has it 2nd and 5 on their own 10-yard line. Kirkpatrick under center. He's going to turn, hand it off to Linkus. Linkus going to try to bounce it outside. Now cuts back inside, gets over the 15 to the 17-yard line. Thought maybe he was going to break it out there. He tried to hit the gas, but good job by the defense for Marlington, and a good hit coming up by number 50. That is Roman Albert, the senior linebacker for the Dukes. Came up and ran very well laterally and made that play. It's Cole Jones coming off the field.
Yeah, shaken up in the
a little bit
in the first half, so maybe a lingering injury here. We'll keep an eye on.
Yeah, came off under his own power. There was no injury timeout. He just came off. You could see he was favoring his shoulder. 6:50 left to go. It is now first down. They're going to give it to Kirkpatrick, who might get tackled behind the line. He will. Good job of the defensive lineman for Marlington to make that play. That's going to go for a loss. I think that was number 50 again. I think that was Roman Albert again for Marlington, who's ready to go here in this second half. That's going to be a loss for Minerva here with 6:26 clock running here in the third quarter. Second down now and 14 for the Minerva Lions.
Yeah, big loss of 4 there on first down. You said it. We've called Roman Albert's name a few times.
So here we go, second down and 14 for Minerva. Linkus comes in motion. They're going to try and end around with Linkus. He tries to cut it back inside. Oh, he doesn't. He is hit and stuck by number 42, Ace Lowe, the sophomore. That was a hit.
Yeah, he stood Linkus up there at about the 16-yard line, so gained back what they lost on the play, almost what they lost on the play before. Brings up third down and 11.
So some hitting going on here to start the second half. 5:38 already, halfway through the third quarter. Third down and 11 on their own 16-yard line. Kirkpatrick sends Linkus in motion. They're going to give it to Linkus. No, it's going to be a reverse, and it's in all kinds of trouble, but he actually gets away from it. 15, 20, 25, 30. Flag comes in very late from the back judge. What was an incredible run by Owen Schick, who should have been tackled for a loss. A flag comes flying in, and it might be coming back. We'll see what the call is.
Yep.
A holding on Minerva. So you're going to back him up 10 yards. Penalties again.
Yeah, Christian, I think that's penalty 5. That's a race to first down run for Minerva. So we've had some great stops by the Marlington defense rather, but Minerva's own offense, shooting themselves in the foot.
No, I get what you're. I 100% agree with what you're saying. You're right, we're not saying Marlington's defense hasn't played tough, but time after time, Minerva has stunted their own drives with these, and that was an incredible run by Owen Schick, who almost was tackled for a big loss.
Right? Yeah, he was being chased down around the 5 or inside the 5-yard line, got out, but penalty negates it.
So now 3rd and 15 from the 13-yard line. Kirkpatrick going to turn, hand it off to Linkus. He's going to try to get the corner. Linkus breaks the tackle, gets up to the 15, falls forward to around the 18, 19, but that's all you're going to get. And it's going to be 4. And a late flag comes in. Are they going to get somebody for a personal foul? That came in way late. And did someone make a really dumb decision? We'll see what this call is. Did Marlington just bail out Minerva? What do we have? Waiting for the official call. Personal foul on Marlington. So how about that? We talked about how Minerva stunting them, hurting themselves. Now Marlington, who had a stop and would have got the ball back with probably good field position, they give up with that personal foul that was after the play. And Minerva gets a first down and the ball up to now around the 34-yard line. How about that?
Yeah, 15-yard penalty gives Minerva a good chunk of yards, brings up first down.
All right, Kirkpatrick under center now. 1st and 10. Going to turn. We'll end around counter up to the 40, 45, 50 into Marlington territory. That was Lane Hawk on the end around counter. Well blocked, good run. And just like that, Minerva in Marlington territory with the ball now on the 47-yard line with 4:49 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, 19-yard gain there by Ethan Hawk, their second rush of the night. First one, he was met at the line of scrimmage. That one was able to break free and get the first down.
1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. Minerva in Marlington territory. 4:30 left to go in the 1st quarter. Kirkpatrick sends Linkus in motion. They turn, hand it off to Kirkpatrick. He'll take it down around the 44-yard line. He gets a couple yards. Another tackle there for Marlington by number 50, Roman Albert. He got taken for a little bit of a ride, but he never let go.
Yeah, he did a great job of holding on there. Kirkpatrick had to work very hard for those 3 yards.
Under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, a fast-moving 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 7 for the Minerva Lions. Cannon Kirkpatrick under center. Tim Kirkpatrick behind him. They're going to turn. End around counter to the right side. That is going to be taken by Lane Hawk. That time he doesn't get as far. Good job by Marlington defense. So we have let's see if we got a score update that just came in. How about this? Going to the 4th quarter, Tuslaw and Northwest still tied at 6. Wow. How about Tuslaw? In a game they kind of got to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting there. Here it's 7-0. It's been 7-0 for a long time. 3:15 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Minerva up with it and in Marlington territory on the 42-yard line. Kirkpatrick sends Linkus in motion. Patrick hands off to Kirkpatrick. Going to be hit behind the line for a loss. And guess who again, folks? I'm just repeating myself. Roman Albert again. What a 3rd quarter he's having.
Yeah, a few stops in the first half, but like you said, a big 3rd quarter, and he's putting the defense on his back.
Wow, he is having a really, really good 3rd quarter. Him and number 42, Ace Lowe, delivering some hits and some big-time tackles. 2:57. It's going to be 4th and 5. Not sure where the clock stopped.
I think there was a player that had to come off uniform malfunction.
So 2:57 left. 4th and 5 for Minerva. This is a big play in the game. What do we have now? I'm just making sure everybody's set. I think they're saying run the clock.
And
all right, here we go. 2:55 left to go. It's 4th down for Minerva and 5 from the 42. They're going to turn, hand it off to Linkus. Linkus cuts it back inside the 40, down to around the 35-yard line. And that's going to be enough for a first down. So they go to Linkus on a big 4th down. He comes through. Minerva moves the chains and keeps the drive going.
Yeah, Marlington's done a good job of keeping Nathaniel Linkus under wraps, but he's done just enough here this past couple runs to gain enough for the first down.
And these end-around counters on both sides are starting to get some room. They're starting to find holes. Here we go. 1st and 10, the 36-yard line. Linkus goes in motion. Kirkpatrick turns, hands it off to Kirkpatrick, bounces it outside, trying to get to the corner. Flag on the play. And he was tackled, and that was the other young man we've been talking about this quarter, number 42, Ace Lowe on the tackle, but a flag where it was thrown could be, again, another holding. We'll wait and see what the call is.
Yeah, Kirkpatrick slow to get up here as the trainers come out to tend to him was the officials.
Timothy Kirkpatrick, the sophomore running back.
Yeah, with 4 or 5 on the team. Guess we do.
Yeah, you got it.
My apologies.
Not sure if that's a cramping situation or what. They're looking at his leg right now. They're on the far side of the field. He's gripping his helmet. As Coach Slates is out to check on him right now.
Penalty is holding.
So it is going to be holding on Minerva. It's going to back them up. But boy, Timothy Kirkpatrick, definitely one of the stalwarts, one of the main cogs in this offense for Minerva. So if they were to lose him, obviously you've still got Linkus, you've still got Lane Hawk, you've got Nicholas Wanda that can come in and run the ball.
Yeah.
But you don't want to lose a guy like Timothy Kirkpatrick, especially with the game he's having. He got up under his own power. He's walking it off, so hopefully it is just a cramp or something, as he's not even really being helped to the sideline. Does seem to be favoring his leg a little bit, but again, walking off on his own, so that's a great sign. Hopefully he'll be back in the ball game. Now, was in fact a holding on Minerva, so back him up 10 yards.
Yeah, so bring up 1st down and 20. Real quick, Timothy Kirkpatrick, 16 rushes, 138 yards by my count.
Oh, let me see here. Northwest goes up 13-7 over Tuslaw here in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10. That's not 1st and 10. Scoreboard. Here we go. They're going to turn, hand the ball off, and that'll take it to the 41, maybe the 41-yard line. That'll make it 2nd down.
Yeah. First time we've called Ethan Weaver's name on a running play for Minerva.
Ethan Weaver, number 25, getting the carry, a junior. There we go. Now they got it right. We have a timeout?
Yeah, Coach Slate's an early timeout here, giving the offensive line a chance to kind of catch their breath, maybe get Timothy Kirkpatrick back out there. But our first friends and family timeout of the 2nd half.
Let's refresh, look at some scores here. Yeah, in the 4th quarter right now, it is Northwest up 13-6 over Tuslaw. 3rd quarter, 17-7. McKinley still over Lake. 3rd quarter, Massillon 24-7 over Cornerstone. 3rd quarter, Jackson 14, Glen Oak 7. That's closer than I thought. Hoover up 28-14 over Perry in the 3rd. Let me see here. 21-7 Canton South over Fairless. 34-14 West Branch over Alliance. Louisville and Green still tied at 14. There's some scores from around the area as the timeout is over. We are back out here. So here we go. 2nd down and 19 from the 47-yard line for Minerva, who's in shotgun. You heard me right, in shotgun. Kirkpatrick takes the snap. They're going to turn and hand it off to Schick, and he's going to be hit behind the line. Caden Dine coming up to make that play. Now the Marlington defense stiffening up here with 1:44 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 your score. Still a very close game between Minerva and Marlington. Again, both teams looking for their first EBC victory of the season. So 3rd down now, and about 23 for Minerva.
Yeah, big 3rd down here for Marlington. They've had them stopped earlier this drive, but a personal foul penalty extended the drive for Minerva.
Kirkpatrick now under center. It's going to turn. Oh, a fumble, but then he picked it up himself. Ethan Weaver, luckily it bounced right back to him, picked it up, but after that it screwed up the play. Nothing doing there, and that's going to bring up 4th and about 23, if not more, for Minerva with a minute left.
Sorry, Christian, there was a flag that came in, and
yes, there was.
Early signs looks like a face mask penalty on the tackle.
Personal foul, face mask on Marlington. So again, when Marlington thought they had Minerva stopped. A penalty, a big penalty, gives Minerva not only the first down, but 15 yards. They will take it down around the 29-yard line, where they'll have the ball now.
Yeah,
So for the second time on this drive, a penalty keeps Minerva alive.
Yeah, that's 30 yards and penalty yards for Marlington's defense.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. It's now third down and 3 from the 29-yard line. Kirkpatrick, and we have another flag because of course. And this is going to be on Minerva. Back them up 5 yards, false start. It's been a long time since I've called a game with this many penalties.
Equal opportunity.
And I will give these officials that. They have been 100% down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But they have nowhere to be tonight.
Or maybe they do.
Or they're teaching these kids a lesson. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Maybe they don't want to go home to their wives. Third down and 8 now from the 34-yard line. Kirkpatrick under center. Takes a snap. Going to do an end around with Lane Hawk. Lane Hawk tries to get the corner. Barely does. And guess who dove in to break that play up? That was Roman Albert again. This kid has been incredible here in the third quarter. And that very well could be the last play of the third.
Yeah, only 15 seconds and counting. Fourth down. Looks like Coach Slates may take the opportunity to really think this one through. But, yeah, Roman Albert, the senior defensive linebacker, 5'10", 210, having a great third quarter. We'll see if he can carry it over into the fourth.
He has had an incredible third quarter on defense. He's been everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. All right, we're done with 3 quarters of football. There's one left, and we got a close one here. 12 minutes left. It's 7-0. Minerva on top of Marlington. It'll be Minerva's ball, 4th and 7 on the Marlington 33. When we come back, this is high school football here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
This is head coach Zach Slates from the Minerva Lions. You're listening to high school football on AM 1310 WDPN and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, we are back here for the fourth quarter of tonight's game between Minerva and Marlington. It's 7-0 Minerva. They have the ball in Marlington territory, but it's 4th and 7 from the 33-yard line. Kirkpatrick going to be here in shotgun. The freshman quarterback sends his tight end in motion. Takes a snap, rolling out to his right, throws it, has a receiver, it is caught inside the 25 around the 23-yard line for a first down. How about that? Rolling him out and making the conversion, and that was caught by Kendrick Keister.
Yeah, first time we've called Keister's name. Only the second pass attempt by Cannon Kirkpatrick, 2 for 2 through the air.
So a big throw on that. The drive continues for Minerva. 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line of Marlington, up 7-0, trying to add to it here in the fourth quarter. Linkus in motion. Well, Kirkpatrick almost fell handing that ball off. He somehow got the handoff. But that play didn't go very far at all, if it went anywhere at all, as that was handed off to number 25, Ethan Weaver, who's come in after Timothy Kirkpatrick left the game late in the third quarter. Although I see him back on the field now.
Yeah, it looks like
no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down 10.
Yeah, it looks like Ethan Weaver hobbled off the sideline there, getting over to the bench to be looked at. But as you mentioned, Timothy Kirkpatrick back in there.
So Kirkpatrick under center, turns, hands off to Kirkpatrick, takes it inside the 20, falls forward, down around the 16-yard line. They're now in the R.G. Drake red zone yet again. And the thing with Minerva is, with this offense, that clock's running, Derek. And I know there's still 10:45 left, but that clock's running.
Yeah, if it wasn't for penalties, we'd probably be done already, because Minerva only going through the air 2 times thus far, and both times were completed, so no incompletions to stop the clock.
Lake has taken the lead 20-14 over Louisville. Missed the extra point, but we saw that green team last week. We know how dangerous they are. 3rd down and 5 from the 16-yard line. They do the end around to the left side. He gets the corner inside the 10, around the 6, maybe the 5-yard line. Great end around run there by number 33, Lane Hawk. As we have an injured player down right now for Marlington, and that is the 14. That is the linebacker, Ace Lowe, who's had a great game and looks to be a cramp. That's definitely a cramp.
Yeah.
As I always say, it's either a cramp or that's the worst trainer in the history of the world. But it's almost always a cramp. So, again, he is another one of the players on defense for Marlington that's had a great second half. So that stops the game right now with 10-14 left to go. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 6 for Minerva, looking to go up 2 scores here in the 4th quarter.
They'll continue to stretch Aisling out there near the 7-yard line.
To get you another look at some scores while we have a moment. They work on him because these scores, especially in week 8, they're getting so important. Northwest up 13-6 on Tulsa right now. Let me see here. Lake went down and scored. We're in the 4th. It's 17-14. McKinley and Lake, how about that? Massillon still up 24-7. West Branch in the 3rd up 34-14. Green has taken the lead over Louisville 20-14. Jackson still leads Glen Oak 14-7. Hoover up 34-14 over Perry. Canton South 21-7 over Fairless. We'll get you more scores as it goes on here. All right, teams are back out there on defense. For Marlington, on offense for Minerva, it's 1st and goal for the Lions on the 6-yard line with 10-14 left to go as they wind the clock. Kirkpatrick back behind Kirkpatrick. They turn. They're going to give it to Linkus. He tries to cut it up inside the 5. He is hit hard by Caden Dine. Wow. I think Linkus thought he was going to cut that inside and get in the end zone. I don't know that he saw Caden Dine coming down laterally, but he sure did.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that Nathaniel Linkus can do that, but Marlington has not been one of those tonight. Caden Dine with another big stop for the Marlington Duke defense brings up 2nd down and goal.
2nd down and goal from the 5. 9:35 left to go in this football game. Real tight formation now for Kirkpatrick. He turns around, gives it to Linkus again. He's going to try that right side, and a great diving tackle by Cole Jones coming up from the defensive backfield to make that play and make sure Linkus couldn't get the corner. That was a good play.
Yeah, we've seen Cole Jones come up hobbling a couple times there. He burst through the offensive line and tripped Linkus up for a short gain of 1 to bring up 3rd down.
Watching Cole after that play, he's still favoring that arm. You could tell after that play, he still kind of went, but under 9 to go in the ball game. 3rd and goal from the 4. Kirkpatrick under center. Linkus comes in motion. They're going to turn, hand it off to Kirkpatrick. He's going to be stuffed by the defense for Marlington. They make another big defensive play at the goal line. And now, here we go, Derek. 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, decision time for Coach Slate's definitely within striking distance to go for it, but only up 1 score. You know, do you take the opportunity to extend the lead with a field goal?
I think he's going to go for it and trust his defense, knowing that Marlington would have to go the length of the field if they don't get it. Here we go. Big play here. 4th and goal from the 3. Kirkpatrick under center. He's going to turn, give it to Linkus, who dives towards the end zone. He does not get it. Their defense holds for Marlington. There was that wasn't really a clean handoff either, Derek, from that end around that they had run successfully so many times. But how about the Duke's defense?
Yeah, absolutely. Marlington's defense, multiple players coming up with big stops. Cole Jones, Caden Dine, to name a few. We called Roman Albert multiple times. Ace Lowe, great job by the defense. It is first and 10 for Marlington from their own 2-yard line, so you do run the risk of a safety here. So we've seen Minerva bring the pressure multiple times so far today. We'll see how they come out.
Duke's got to go 98 yards to tie this up. Here we go. Walter in shotgun on 1st and 10. Looks over the defense. He's got trips to his right. Receiver to his left. There's 8:08 left to go in the ball game. Walter looks things over. Will take the snap. He's going to throw from his end zone. Throws a slant. Oh boy, he was looking for Austin Ring, and that was a dangerous throw by the freshman.
Yeah, that went through one or two defenders' hands on the way to the intended receiver, so it falls incomplete. And if you're a Marlington fan, you're very happy with that result.
Whew. As soon as you let that go, I thought, oh man, that took courage. 2nd down and 10. They're going to turn. They're going to hand it off this time to the running back who takes over the 15, the 10, the 20, the 30, the 40. Inside Minerva territory. He's going to be chased down inside the 30. What a huge run by Blaze Horn, who just took it from the 2-yard line. And Marlington now is deep in Minerva territory. Incredible run by Blaze Horn.
73 yards there on the run. We talked about them being at their own 2-yard line. Blaze Horn, haven't heard much from him since early on in this one. Saw him as the defense was on the field there that last drive. He was over on the sideline with the football, getting prepared.
Blaze Horn, who's still in there. He's not even winded after that run. 1st and 10, ball's all the way down to the 28-yard line. They give it to Horn again. Horn cuts it up inside the 25, falls down around the 24-yard line. How about that? After the pass, they sneak a run in there. Blaze Horn found a lane and just exploded down the sideline.
Yeah, coming into tonight, Blaze Horn had a long of 72. He just eclipsed that by 1 yard. Pretty sure that was the game at Howland that we had. He had that big
You're
run.
right. 2nd down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Freshman quarterback Walter in shotgun. He's got Horn to his left side, Twins left. He's going to throw it. Throws it out, looking for Cole Jones. Has got it to him inside the 15-yard line. That'll move the chains again. And, hey, Marlington is now in the R.G. Drake red zone. So how about this? We said they'd have to go 98 yards.
Yeah.
They've gone a long way to getting that 98 yards.
Absolutely. 83 of the 98 already gained by Marlington here as we're under 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Walter turns, hands off to Blaze Horn again, looking for a hole, tries to get outside, breaking a couple tackles, spin move, but that's all he will get is maybe one. Good play there by Lane Hawk for Minerva to come up on defense. You know, both teams have been great from the 20s to the 20s, but in the red zone, the defenses have kind of won the day for the most part today.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's a penalty or, you know, a mishap on offense, it's like you said, it's been between the 20s, a lot of offense. In the red zone, very little.
2nd and 10 from the 15, coming up on 6 minutes left to go in the ball game. Walter takes the handoff, gives it to Dine. Dine going to try to bull his way down. He gets pushed backwards. The progress will give him maybe the 11.
Yeah.
So they try a Dine run in there, the power back. Not much going. 5:50 clock running here in the fourth quarter. It's been a game marred by penalties on both sides, but it has been a good game and a competitive game. 3rd down and 6 from the 12-yard line. Walter in shotgun. He's got Twins left and Twins right. Dine is the running back with him. Low snap, rolling out to his left. Still looking, throws it towards the back of the end zone to Williamson. No, he caught it, but they're going to say he was out of bounds. He caught the ball, but out of bounds. That stops the clock with 5:24 left, and now 4th down and 6 for the Dukes and their freshman quarterback.
Yeah, that was would have been a great reception. Just didn't get a foot down to secure the touchdown. 4th and 6, and the offense staying out there.
5:24 left to go. This is a huge play in this ball game. Walter in shotgun. They need 6 yards to keep the drive going. They're on the 12. They're in the red zone, down 7-0 here in the fourth quarter. We're going to have a timeout.
Yeah.
Was that called by Cardinal?
I do believe so.
So the Dukes call the timeout. So Marlington calls that, and I'm okay with that. I think, not that it matters if I'm okay with it, but I like that by Coach Cardinal. This is a big play, one of the biggest plays of the ball game.
Yeah.
If you don't feel good or something doesn't look right, I get it. You want to make sure everyone understands their assignment. Everyone understands where they're stepping the block. Everyone understands what routes they're running. Everyone understands the reads. So I think this is a good fourth quarter timeout in a play as big as this. 4th and 6, down 7-0 on the opponent's 12-yard line.
Absolutely. A freshman quarterback, some younger receivers stepping in for injured players, a lot of moving pieces. You want to make sure everyone, like you said, knows their assignment, knows what's going on, because we're 4th and 6 from your opponent's 12-yard line. This late in the game, we've talked about how Minerva likes to run the ball. They're very prone to running the clock out, so this may be your best opportunity.
So Minerva defense is back out there. Here comes the Marlington defense. Here's the situation. There's 5:24 left to go in this ball game. Minerva's up 7-0 on Marlington. Marlington has it on the Minerva 12-yard line, but this is 4th and 6. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. Walter, the freshman quarterback's got 4 wides and dime. They send a receiver in motion from left to right. They're going to roll him out. Walter looks, throws it up towards the end zone. It's a jump ball. It's going to be knocked down and incomplete, as that wasn't really close to being near a receiver. There were more Minerva guys around there from Marlington, and that was knocked down by Owen Schick, who didn't even try to intercept it. He just wanted to knock it down on the ground.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best thing to do if you're a defender on 4th down. Just knock it down. Don't run the risk of it bouncing off your hands and falling into a receiver's lap. But Marlington tried to roll the pocket out to the right for Tyler Walter, but the pass falls incomplete. Minerva takes over at their own 12-yard line, 5:18 remaining.
So now a huge possession for Minerva. They can control the clock, try to run this out. That's the kind of offense that Slates runs. And if you're Marlington's defense, you need a stop. Both teams have 2 timeouts left.
Minerva taking
and
one
Minerva,
here.
That's interesting.
Yeah, with all the penalties that we've had, you want a penalty here puts you within your own 10-yard line. So Coach Slate's taking an opportunity here to use the second timeout of the half, bring the offense over there. A lot of guys go play defense and offense. They maybe need a breather after that long drive that Marlington just put on, but 1 timeout remaining for Minerva here. Friends and Family Credit Union timeout.
Yeah, a little surprise coming off a turnover on downs to come out and then use a timeout there. But, hey, like you said, this is a big moment for Minerva as well. They want to come out here and either go down and score again or run this clock out, or as much of it as they can. So timeout over. Here they come. Again, both teams with freshman quarterbacks all season long. I think both teams have good quarterbacks. I like both these kids. Here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line. 5:18 left to go. Kirkpatrick under center. Sends a tight end in motion. They're going to turn. Hand the ball off. Try the right side. They'll take it up to maybe the 14, maybe the 15-yard line, as that was Timothy Kirkpatrick. Now here we go. Clock running. We're going to be under 5 minutes to go in this ball game now. Coach Cardinal and Marlington does still have 2 timeouts left. Minerva has 1. Only 7-0. But Marlington wants to get the ball back. And Minerva and Coach Slates are going to run that play clock down and run as much clock as they can. 4:45 left to go. Minerva with it up 7-0. Ball on their own 12-yard line. It's 2nd down and 10. Kirkpatrick turns, hands off to Kirkpatrick, who tries the right side again. This time he breaks free outside the 20, over the 25, still pushing forward to near the 30-yard line. What a run, and what a finish of the run by Tim Kirkpatrick. That'll move the chains and run more clock.
Yeah, gain of 18 brings them out to the 30-yard line and gets them out of the shadow of their own end zone, and they'll roll the clock here, and they'll be able to take it under 4 minutes before they have to snap.
Coach Cardinal, you've got those 2 timeouts left. You got to wonder what possession are you going to decide to make your stand on and try to use them to get the ball back and give your offense a chance to go down here and score again. Minerva 4-3 on the season. Marlington 3-4. Both teams looking for their first EBC win. Kirkpatrick turns. Going to hand off to Linkus. Linkus finds a little bit of a hole outside the 35, up to maybe the 37-yard line. Good gain on 1st down by Linkus. And 3:45 and clock running here in the fourth quarter. Minerva up 7-0 here late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if you're Coach Cardinal, you're waiting for your defense to make a stop before you burn one of those timeouts. But another first down, and then you may have to start thinking about burning them because the clock's just continuing to roll.
I know you don't want to, but you're going to come to a point where you've got to. 3:20 left to go in the ball game. Minerva up 7-0 with the ball, 2nd and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Kirkpatrick turns, going to hand it off to Linkus around the right end. He cuts it back inside, up over the 40, or right at the 40 is where they're going to mark him.
Another first down.
Another first down. Clock will continue to run and will be under 3 minutes to go. Will this be the stand that Coach Cardinal decides to use his timeouts? As we are now officially under 3 minutes to go here. And that's the thing about a Coach Slate's a Minerva team that runs like this. When you have the lead, this is your style. This is what you want to do. So 2:50 clock running here. They break the huddle. 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. Kirkpatrick under center. Linkus goes in motion from left to right. They turn, hand it off to Kirkpatrick, who finds a hole, bull rushes his way up over the 45. He'll be tackled around the 47-yard line. Not sure if he went out of bounds.
No, they stopped his forward progress while he was in bounds. Coach Cardinal is using one of his 2 remaining timeouts, though.
He had no choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Coach Cardinal had to use that timeout with 2:26 left to go here. So what we're saying now is this is the set of downs Marlington's got to make a stop. They've got to look for a play from some of the guys they've been leaning on. They need a Caden Dine to make a play here. They need a Roman Albert to come up big here. They need an Ace Lowe to make a play here. And I think that's what Coach Cardinal is talking to his defense about right now.
Yeah, this is, you want the opportunity to be in a position where you're still in the game, and they're definitely still in this. Big stop here, force a 3rd down. You use that last time out, stop them, and force a 4th down and force the punt. And we saw Blaze Horn on the last drive, a big play. Caden Dines had some big plays. Tyler Walder's gone to the air a couple times. So the Marlington offense is capable of getting big chunk plays, but to get the offense back out there, the defense needs to come up with the stop right here.
Here we go, 2nd down. The scoreboard says 2nd and 47, just so you know.
Yeah.
Ball on the 47. It's not 2nd and 47.
There we go, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. Kirkpatrick hands off to Kirkpatrick, tries to get the corner. He does. And he's going to get a first down into Minerva territory. Move the chains, ball down to the 46-yard line.
Yep.
The Minerva student section starting to feel it. Minerva sideline starting to feel it. Could this be one of the first conference victories for Minerva in how many years? Coach Slate's in his first year at Minerva. If they were to get this win tonight, they would be guaranteed a 500 season, which is incredible. 2 minutes, clock running. Linkus in motion. They turn, hand it off to Kirkpatrick. He breaks it down, takes it forward. Good tackle there by number 58 for Marlington.
Jaden Henson and Noah Seaburn in on the stop.
58, that is Jaden Henson.
Timeout on the field.
And Coach Cardinal uses his final timeout with 1:51 left to go here in the ball game. Some other scoring updates real quick. McKinley now up 24-14 in the fourth quarter. Final, Northwest beats Tuslaw 13-12.
Oh, wow.
Northwest wins again. Fourth quarter, Perry 20, Hoover 35, Perry 21. End of the third, Green is up 20-14. I don't know if Green's going to win that game, but I had a feeling after we saw them last week, they're about to go on a hot streak.
Yeah, Tyson Hunka, one of the better quarterbacks in our area. And, yeah, they're definitely better than what their record states, but sometimes, you get the Friday night and the ball doesn't bounce your way.
2nd down and 8 from the 44-yard line. No more timeouts for Marlington. They're blitzing. Here goes Kirkpatrick, takes it inside the 40, falls forward near the first down. Not quite there, and a late flag, and we'll see what that is. If that's on Marlington, that could be the ball game. If that's an automatic first down, we'll have to wait and see. Some frustration come through at the end. No idea what the call is. I don't see either team celebrating yet. It was short of a first. All right, let's see what the call is. It is a personal foul, face mask on Marlington. That's going to be an automatic first down for Minerva, Derek. Yeah. With 1:42 left to go and no more timeouts left for the Dukes. It looks like Coach Slates and the Minerva Lions are closing in on their first 500 season in how many years?
Yeah.
It's incredible. And an EBC win. So they marked the penalty off. The ball's now on the 21-yard line. 1st and 10, clock running with 1:27 left to go. And in victory formation now is Minerva. They'll have to hike it again at least one more time. We'll have a real quick post game after this.
Yeah, Timothy Kirkpatrick's going to end the night. 24 rushes, 187 yards.
.55 seconds left to go. Congratulations to Coach Slates and to the Minerva Lions and the community.
Yeah,
of
a lot
Minerva.
showed up tonight. The visiting crowd.
Yeah. Kirkpatrick under center. He'll take it. He'll take another knee and some pushing.
Yeah.
Towards there. Will they have to do it again?
Nope.
No, they will not. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see the Minerva Lions celebrating on their sideline, and they're celebrating because they have just beaten the Marlington Dukes on the road by a score of 7-0, and Minerva improves now to 5-3 on the season. Am I right? 5-3 on the season. Their first EBC victory in years. And they have assured themselves a 500 season. Yep. The Minerva Lions will not have a losing record in 2025. Congratulations to the players and coaches for the Minerva Lions. For the Marlington Dukes, they played hard tonight, again playing without your top two wide receivers with a freshman quarterback. Not easy. They were game. This was, I know the penalties were a big part of this, but this was a fun game. This was a good game.
Yeah, one-score game back and forth. Marlington had some good drives, just not able to punch it through there at the end. Had that 98-yard drive that they faced there on their last possession. They got 83 of it. Lot on a big chunk run by Blaze Horn, 73 yards, but Minerva does just enough to escape with a 7-0 victory.
All right, here we go. Let me see. Some scores here into the third quarter. West Branch 34, Alliance 21. Let me see. Green up now 27-14 over Louisville. Hunka with an 18-yard touchdown pass to Reed. Hoover up over Perry 35-21, and McKinley up over Lake 24-14. Another final is Northwest beats Tuslaw 13-12. Remember, these games are still live. You can go listen to them on a Q92 radiosports.com or the Q92 YouTube channel. Derek, do you want to give final stats before we get out of here?
Yeah, said Timothy Kirkpatrick, 24 rushes, 187 yards. The lone score of the night was Skylar Labb, a 2-yard rush. He ended the night with 4 rushes for 23 yards. Only 2 passes for Minerva's quarterback, Cannon Kirkpatrick. 2 for 2, 44 yards. Owen Schrick, 1 reception for 33 yards. And Kendrick Keister he had the other for 11 yards. Minerva, they were led on the ground by Caden Dine and Blaze Horn. Through the air, it was Cole Jones, the leading receiver. He had 5 receptions for 55 yards, and Tyler Walder ended the night here 9 of 15. So good game on both sides. Penalties were the big thing that I think both coaches are going to harp on through the weekend, through practice next week. But both of them, still have 2 more games. And if you're Minerva, maybe go on a little bit of a win streak here and sneak in.
Folks, you might want to go over and click over to listen to McKinley and Lake. There's 1:33 left to go. Now it's McKinley 24, Lake 21. So, again, we still have games going on. Go check them out. Check our social media, Q92 Sports on Facebook, on X, and on Instagram and Threads. We'll be posting photos from this game tonight, interviews. Derek's going to get some interviews, and we'll post photos and interviews from all 7 games. Be sure you go check them out. Thank you to our advertisers. Thank you to everyone back at the station for getting us on. Thank you to AM 1310 for the news. One more time, your final score. How about the Minerva Lions beating Marlington 7-0 tonight, and Minerva with an EBC victory, and Minerva guaranteed a 500 season. Congratulations to the Lions. Thank you guys for listening. This has been High School Football brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network. Have a great night, everybody.